We were just talking ridiculousness before we came back. Sorry.
You said
Of
get
course we were.
serious.
Get serious. Let's do it.
Oh boy. Okay. So the sun has just set, and you're in Milwaukee. Um, the streets appear desolate and eerie, but keen eye can discern movement in the gloom. Damp wind reaches feverish strength, menacing everything in its path, blowing in from the east off of Lake Michigan. Um, Shapes spin by, seen only through the corner of your eye. You find yourself in the Muskego Rail Yard, the train district in the south central of Milwaukee, just south of the river. Smell of cold water, oil, and gasoline from the trains, and the undeniable smell of mill organite hangs in the air. You were all approached by the same person, a black man dressed simply in jeans and a button down shirt with a friendly expression, who let you know that his name was J.W. Blue. He's a messenger from the prince. Either by reputation or recommendation, your presence has been requested for an audience. You were told to meet at Decker Shipping after sunset, and so you've all sort of gathered. The trains were sort of lumbering by slowly as you wait outside of Decker Shipping, this big sort of metal industrial building. Um, and you can see that there is a light on inside through the office window. But it is pretty dark outside now. Um, and there isn't really anybody around that you can see. So Jeremy, let's start with you. How does your character look, and how's he feeling on this sort of chilly evening in the spring?
Um, well, Killian is probably dressed relatively casual. Maybe a turtleneck. Is it that cold? Is it cold enough for a turtleneck? I guess it doesn't matter to me. So yeah, maybe a turtleneck and a jacket, um, something like a bomber style jacket with a pair of dark colored jeans on, Doc Martens. Um, yeah, maybe a pair of sunglasses, sort of tucked up into his hair. Not that he needs them right now, and he's trying to look important and imposing.
Okay.
I think it's probably for the most part seen as an obvious attempt. Um, yeah, and if I know this guy that sent for us, like I'm keeping an eye out for him, as well as anybody else who comes.
You can see through the light in the window that there is somebody at the desk, but this appears to be a female. Um,
Okay,
and it seems like a front
is
office
it fenced
almost.
in the yard?
Yeah, the yard would be fenced in, yeah.
But I can get to the
But
office.
you would yeah, yep, you can get to the office.
I'll make my way there then.
All right. So you enter in, and you see a woman dressed in jeans and a polo shirt. She kind of looks up and smiles at you and waves and motions you to a seat where you see sitting there are three other people. Queen, if you want to go ahead and introduce your character and say what they're doing.
Yeah. Queen. Anya is small, slight, not in any way an impending figure, but she has dark, kind of wavy hair, and she is dressed in blacks and reds. Very like kind of. There's her top is kind of corsety, like she's got a vibe going, um, and she would kind of be sitting there quietly, very poised, but the whole time you can tell her eyes are like watching you from under her eyebrows. Like her eyes move, but her head doesn't. She would be taking it all in. Um,
90s emo kid style.
yeah, 90s emo kid style. Very well, not quite that. Not quite that into it. A little bit more high fashion than that, but
Okay.
it's up there.
All
You can
right.
tell in her heart she was.
Okay. So then that brings us to Emily. If you want to tell us your character and what they're sort of up to.
Yeah, I think Veronica or Ronnie is like probably standing in a dark corner of whatever room we're in. She's kind of tall and lanky, and like awkward looking. She's got a black jacket on and like a motorcycle jacket, but there's maybe you didn't see a motorcycle when you came in, but there's something around somewhere. Like a moped. Full moped. And she's got like buzzed hair almost down to the skin that's like mostly brown, but there's like part of her face, there's like a white patch in her hair, and then this side of her face is like withered, and her eye is like white, and it's kind of like stretched so her mouth comes up like this. She just looks a little like uncomfortable to be there. She doesn't seem like a socialite.
And then last but not least, we've got Jeff here. What's your guy
That's
up
me.
to? And
He is physically imposing, rather large individual, long hair tied back. He's wearing currently an unpatched biker cut over a plain t-shirt, pair of jeans, and biker boots. On high alert, checking surroundings, just kind of heading towards whatever looks like I should be heading towards. But the eyes never stay still.
Interesting.
all right, so as the four of you sort of are here now, she the woman behind the desk, she introduces herself as Mira, and she you can tell that she's human. She still shows no sign of nerves at seeing any of you though. So either she knows or she's been ghouled. She tells you to wait just a minute and someone will come out to get you. And it isn't long before JW appears and for you. But he smiles at all of you and sort of greets each of you individually. Like you can tell that he does know your name. And
Is there any cameras in this front office?
there's one. It's behind the desk and like kind of up over Mira's shoulder.
I try not to. I try not to have it. Like I never want to be front and center to it. I stay off to an edge.
Okay. Yeah. So, JW greets all of you and he says, welcome. Good to see all of you here. Come on in the back. Decker's waiting. And pretty much all of you know that Decker is the name of the prince of Milwaukee.
Okay.
And
was that mentioned previously? I'm gonna check it.
Yes.
I'm gonna check it. Oh, we knew we were coming to meet the prince.
Yes,
Oh,
he would have told you when he summoned you that you were coming here to meet the prince specifically.
Okay, I would have maybe shined my boots.
Ragnar, you would know that like you, because you're from out of town, like this is your opportunity to present yourself to the prince, which is a requirement to even stay in the city.
Yeah.
So.
That's why I'm on high alert, because I don't know anybody. I don't trust anything.
Can we pick up on that he's like uncomfortable?
Roll me oh god. Awareness wits.
Awareness wits. Can I do insight wits? Oh no, I'll take awareness wits. That's better.
Yeah, you can tell that, you know, Ragnar's a little bit nervous. Maybe not so much the others, but yeah.
And he's the biggest guy in the room. I'll tell him, like, relax, it'll be fine. It's just the prince, right?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
I can think of a few things actually.
Yeah. I'm with you.
All right.
So
Well, we
Maybe
shouldn't
leads
keep
you-
him waiting.
I motion for the funny little goth girl to go first.
She would have stood up as soon as like he's in the back ready to see you and like paused when you spoke, but she was ready to go. And she's like, "You don't keep princes waiting." And, like heads out. Head held high.
I'll wait till she's like into the room a bit, and then I'll do a mocking version of her to the big guy to try to take him off edge. You don't keep princes
Okay.
waiting.
I'll give him a very proper bow. And after you guys, I'll be
All right.
last in.
Anya already hates you all.
Oh, yeah. Ronnie does not want you to be behind her, so she's just like,
Oh my gosh, are we in like some sort of standoff of who's gonna enter?
It's a good old Canadian
Okay,
standoff. I'm
I
holding
was
the door,
gonna
just
say,
looking at you.
I
saying,
I mean,
"Go ahead."
I'll go, but I
Go
don't
ahead.
like it.
Well, fuck
I'm
it.
like walking, I'm like crab walking, so I can see both the person in front of me and the person behind me.
I'm just like fuck this, and I walk in then.
Okay.
I take one last
All
look
right,
around the
so-
room and make sure it's cool, and then make sure the door is closed tight.
Yep. And Mira has gone back to work. She doesn't really pay any attention to you once you're like through the office.
Oh, I see.
And so he leads you back through the warehouse, a maze of shipping containers, forklifts that are being driven way too fast, several containers that are being unloaded, and he winds his way through a path of obviously familiar to him to an isolated corner where a workbench is set against a wall with maps, detailed drawings of train routes and timetables, several other things that one might expect in a shipping company. JW taps a man with graying hair on the shoulder who is poring over these maps, and he turns around. For a moment, he looks confused to see all of you, then his face recovers as if nothing else was ever on his mind. This man with gray dreadlocks and a scar from mouth to ear on his right cheek looks you over carefully as if he's reading you. While you may have never seen him in person before, you all know Mark Decker by reputation. He rules Milwaukee with a fierceness that has kept the Second Inquisition from ever establishing a foothold here, and the Lupines are kept relatively sequestered to the western border of the city, with only a few areas within that are contested territory. He clears his throat by way of greeting and says, "Well, let's get to it. Most of you, I know of you or have heard that you've arrived in my city recently," and he sort of looks at Ragnar. "I'm told that you're the kind of people I want to see. Frankly, I'm in a bit of a bind. My youngest, Honor Mercer, has gone missing, and I need her to be found. I'm not sure if she's met the final death or if she was taken. Either way, it's important she be located if she's still with us and returned to me. I've asked you here to make introductions and provide you with the information we've gathered so far. I'm willing to offer you feeding territory and entry into the Anubai should you find it. That territory will be yours to deal with as you please, provided you abide by the laws of my domain." Sort of looks at each of you in turn.
When you say youngest, natural daughter or
Turned.
The second.
hmm. And last seen where?
She keeps a small apartment on the east side. That was the last any had seen her.
Is that her haven? Is that where she sleeps?
Yes. We have her address that we can give you. It has been searched, but nothing of any consequential was found there except for, and he looks sort of at JW, who says, "We found a 4-digit entry code into a building. I have an address in a building, but beyond that, there wasn't anything there."
Seems weird.
How much feeding
What?
territory do we get?
We'll get the whole third ward, which those of you who are familiar with the city would know runs from where the river meets the sort of south end of the city to highway. It's called Interstate 41 or 40. Sorry, Interstate 94. It's sort of a chunk in the lower right corner of the city.
Okay.
And our haven,
On-
like my haven, is already there, right?
Yes, which is probably why he requested you, because you're familiar with the territory.
Anya looks a little disgusted when he's like, seems to be negotiating. Do we suspect that it has anything to do with you? Not to say in any way this is your fault, but do you think she was taken or met an untimely end through her own actions, or is this a power play against you, my prince?
I honestly don't know. That's what has me so worried. She's gone off on her own before, but never for this long.
And where had she gone previously?
I mean, where do most young people go these days?
So there's
JW has a file for you that he can give you.
All right.
when we find her, what do you want done with her?
If she's still around, I'd like her brought back here. And if she's met final death, then bring back word of that.
Just word.
Only
you don't want us
ask.
to.
If you can bring proof, that would be great. But I know that's not always possible.
I only ask in case perhaps she is persuaded or has convinced herself that she does not wish to come back. To what extent would you like us to accommodate your wishes?
She needs to be returned. How
Of
and in what condition, I'll leave to you.
What of the
Look, I
captors if she's
prefer-
being held?
I'm sorry, say that again.
What do you want done with the captors if she's being held?
That depends on who has her.
Mhm.
There's been rumor of an uptick in lupine attacks on the city lately. And if they have her, then that requires a little bit more finesse than if it's just another kindred.
I can't spell finesse, so I'll leave that to you guys.
Like politics or
We'd like
hiding
avoid a
crimes?
We'd like to avoid a full-on war with them if we can manage.
Mm,
No
fine.
fun.
But if another kindred has taken her, they are. What's
They're
the word?
breaking the
Marked?
law and they can be dealt with.
What do you call it when like a vampire is marked for like free reign for anyone to take down?
They have a blood. They
What,
have a
is it
blood,
a blood hunt?
Yeah, they have a blood
Yeah.
hunt on them. You have to do something pretty bad for that, though.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Kidnapping the prince's daughter might be up there. Just curious.
Depends
So
on the
we're all in
situation.
agreement then. It'll help.
Of course.
Sure.
I mean, if she is with lupines, I mean, I think that's maybe above our pay grade, right? We could maybe renegotiate the deal at that point.
If she has indeed been taken by the lupines, then yes, we will get the Anubai involved. Arjun will surely have something to say about that. And everybody, maybe Ragnar knows that Arjun is the leader of the Anubai. He sort of runs the day-to-day operations of the Anubai.
Okay.
Well, let's find out about her and then find out what the heck happened to her, I guess.
You do have a hard copy of the information, right?
Yes, JW will provide that to you. But I have business to attend elsewhere. He will give you all the information, and then we can meet back up when you have more idea.
Okay.
Okay.
And he sort of nods at all of you and leaves through a corridor that leads down another row of shipping containers, sort of more into the building, instead of towards the office where you guys came from. He actually goes further into the building. But JW says to you, he passes over like a file folder across the desk to you guys, and he says, "This is all the information that we have at the moment." She kept like I said, she kept a small apartment in the east side when she was immortal. She's turned that into her haven, but we've searched it, and the only thing that we found, and he sort of taps on the file, says was an address for an old mutual bank building down off the lakefront. And a 4-digit entry code, but we couldn't figure out what the code was for.
I'm gonna go take a look at the file.
Okay. So
Yeah.
inside the file, you find there's a note that looks like it was written by Honor, and it shows you the 4-digit code that he was talking about.
Yep.
And
Mutual bank building.
that showed that to you guys.
Yep, it did. It did.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, it gives you the address, 833 East Michigan Street, and then the 4-digit code. And you would know that address is down near the lakefront, which is odd for a kindred. Most kindred in Milwaukee stay away from the lake because the lake has a sort of strange pull to kindred, and nobody really knows why.
Interesting.
So for the most part, people stay away from the lakefront.
So, JW, do we got a picture of this lick? What's she look like?
Yeah. And he sort of flips over another piece of paper, and there's like a picture of Honor from probably back when she was still alive.
Her name's Honor.
Honor Mercer.
Well, that's cute.
I assume she's the same type of vampire as the prince being. Is
Turned by him.
You mean a gangrel?
Yeah.
Yes, she's of the same clan.
Unless his
All
juice
right.
failed and she's K-Teef. I mean,
Anya is like giving you like the most disgusted glares that you're saying all this. She's like,
so many dirty looks.
I'm gonna
So
show the picture of the big guy. I'm gonna be like, not bad, eh?
She'll do.
AW just shakes his head and continues. He said, we also know that Honor liked to hang out with a woman named Tessa. She was a young Tremere staying across the city. She attends Marquette University. And we haven't had any luck tracking her down. It's been probably a month now since we've seen her last. If you can find her, she might have some more information. The two of them were thick as thieves for a long time.
Do you have a last name on her?
Is it
No, just
plutonic?
by Tessa. She just goes by
Plutonic?
Tessa, and what the two of them got up to on their own business is on them.
And
Try not
Any-
to think about Honor like that.
you've got an
Any
address
chance
for. So
I
go
would
ahead.
know her. Well,
Sorry, there was too many people talking at once.
yeah. Sorry. Tessa is a student and same clan as me. Is there any chance I have heard of her or know her?
Roll a, let's see.
Oh, Tessa's a vampire too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Tremor.
She's a
Tremere.
as well.
Oh.
Roll a,
Tremere.
Tremendous. Hey.
I think we should just say it that way from now on.
Tremere. No.
Mary.
Hey.
I'm gonna say
Extra flourish.
awareness intelligence.
Okay. So I roll intelligence first, right?
No, awareness
Nope,
first.
you're gonna,
Oh.
awareness and then
Awareness. Boop-a-doop. I will absolutely do that. Not a problem at all. Things are in alphabetical order. And intelligence, you said.
Yes.
Ryan got the wrong button, but he reduced the difficulty by 1 for.
Okay. All right. Nice. And you got 3 successes. All right. Cool. You know Tessa. You're not sure if it's the same one. No,
Mm.
Tessa. You're not sure if it's the same one. That sort of depends on how involved in academics you are there. The Tessa that you know is a night school student, so it's possible. You could ask.
Okay.
Night school, vampire.
And did JW say we had an
Tracks.
address for Tessa?
The only lead that he has for her is that she goes to school at Marquette University.
Okay.
School. Who needs school?
He also tells you that about a week ago, Honor was spotted around Jones Island. And that was a couple of days before she disappeared. Again, not many vampires go through there because of the lake being so close and the sort of weird pull that the lake has on Kindred. You might also want to check out Grant Park when you're there. The only problem with Grant Park is that lupines tend to hang out there. So if you go there, watch your back.
Why would we go there then?
The rumor was that Honor had been there.
Well, to be fair, if they start a war, it's not our fault.
Okay, I think we got everything we need here.
Sure.
He also tells you, as a last resort, Honor would sometimes talk about her mortal family. Under no circumstances are you allowed to reveal anything to them because they do not know. But if you find no other leads anywhere else, it is possible she does still have a sister in the city.
That was going to be my next question. How new she is.
How new?
Yeah, how long has she, since she's his youngest, how new is she? When was she last embraced? But you say she still has
been
ties.
embraced for 7 years.
Oh, dang.
And she still hangs out with her family.
Maybe that's
He
where
keeps
she eats.
tabs on them.
Oh, I see.
Some people are weird like that.
Mm.
I'm looking at you, Ryan.
If she has had contact with them, she's in a lot more trouble than we think. But
I'm gonna
that used as a last resort.
I'm gonna scoop the pile of papers back into the folder and like, if nobody stops me, I just take those.
Yeah, he said he lets you take them. So
I scoop the picture and put it in my pocket when he's scooping up all the documents.
You take the what?
One last.
The picture of Hope.
No, I put that in the folder.
Honor.
Yeah, Honor. Sorry, as you're scooping it up, I take the picture and I put it in my pocket.
You want a keepsake?
Oh, it helps if I'm asking questions.
Okay.
One last question, Sir Blue. Blue
Just call me
Pine
JW.
All right, JW, of course. First names. Last question. You said perhaps Lupine, perhaps another kindred, perhaps she went off on her own. Has there been any Second Inquisition issues in the city lately?
Nope. The Nubai keep them out. Along with the Lupines keeping them busy, they keep the Second Inquisition out. And you know that he's pretty much telling the truth. Like, there has not been an active Second Inquisition cell in Milwaukee in about 10 years.
Okay. Yeah. No, she was just wondering if there was like any news on front of anything. Like, I that's not something one really advertises if there was.
Yeah, travel in and out of the city is incredibly restricted. And a lot of the in and out of the territory, they know about it as it's happening. One of the sort of well-known facts of Milwaukee is that they're very high on surveillance, and not a lot happens in this city that the judges don't know about.
Wonderful.
So if they're asking for help on this, something obviously happened that changed the circumstances of that.
Not unnerving at all.
Okay, well, the sun's coming up. Let's get going.
All right.
Better not be.
I
Not
mean,
yet.
the rate we're moving at, it'll be up soon. Am I right?
I'm sorry. Some of us like to find out some information before we go around accusing, batting, and hitting on women.
What?
And she gives you a look as you put the picture in your pocket, and she's like,
I start walking to the door.
one of my traits is disliked, so I'm leaning into that.
Oh boy.
One of my flaws is disliked, so just leaning into that heavily.
So if you guys don't have any more questions, JW will escort you back out to the front office.
Sounds
He says,
good.
if you do run into lupines, just let me know and I'll get Arjun involved.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Do you want us to bring proof?
Of
Lupines?
Well, it would be a surefire way to get in close with them. With the Anubai, Arjun is he looks for people who can prove themselves against the lupines.
Noted.
If we go messing with lupines, we're gonna die.
We're
Only if
already
you
dead.
get caught.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean. So is it possible, if this, I'll look at Ragnar. I'm gonna be so. Are you? You're like the prince. You're gangrel too.
Was it that obvious?
You have a lot of body here.
I got a certain musk about me as well.
Yeah. So is it just possible that the beast took hold of her and she's off pissing on a tree somewhere?
I'd say that's unlikely. I mean, there may be a beast that has gotten hold of her, but I don't think it would be her beast.
Okay. I'm just saying, you and your gang sort of go feral, right?
I don't know if I'd quite put it that way.
No respect.
Who?
Is that just a personal trait, or
what?
He's trying to be edgy.
I just call it like I see it. He's a gangrel.
I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering, my clan is very much like hierarchy and respect and all those good things. You are. She does not like you.
I'm just saying. I mean, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it out loud,
But you do. So go ahead. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Well, you're kind. You left the ivory tower. You're not one of. You're not Camarilla anymore, right?
I'm me.
I mean,
I am who I am, and I am where I am.
don't get me wrong.
That's the way
I'm sure you're an upstanding guy.
Well, I feel, so much better about myself now that you've said that. I feel validated. Thank you for.
I'm gonna pat him on the chest. I'm gonna be like, I know. It's all right. We'll get along fine.
I'll just kind of put my elbow on the top of his head and lean on him a little bit and say, "Yeah, we're gonna get along just fine."
Watch the glasses.
Right in the armpit.
Watch the glasses. Okay, so how are we getting to this? We have the address.
Getting where? Where did we decide to go first?
Well, aren't we going to go to her house? That seems like the smartest thing to do.
And maybe the bank after that.
Maybe
Make the
Marquette.
rounds.
I think we should split up.
Well, the bank is abandoned, it says, right?
Session 1, split the party.
The bank's abandoned, so we can really go there at any time.
True.
But people sneaking around someone's house too late or someone's apartment too late, that could get noticed. So we
I've
should
never
maybe-
found
Only
it
if
to be a
you're
problem.
Unless
Yeah.
there's people coming and going all the time. If they're used to people coming late.
You notice that like Killian is not making eye contact with Ronnie because the portrait is not. It's like Picasso.
She's not pleasant looking, certainly.
Okay.
Why don't you get there your way and I'll get there my way?
Okay.
Okay. And I'll just get on my moped and drive off.
The motorcycle is a moped?
Oh yeah, it's a full-on dirt bike. It's not even a real motorcycle.
I'm gonna whistle for my driver to bring my car over.
Wow.
Okay.
I got room for one on the back of the bike. If anybody needs a ride.
I will take it if that's all right.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have offered if it wasn't.
Rather ride on a motorcycle with a gangrel than in the car with this
Yes,
asshole.
she fully does. She will like
Yeah.
wrap her arms around the back of him. Like she barely can fit her arms around him. She's so tiny in comparison, but she will like grab and hold. Like,
You just spider monkeyed onto the back.
yep.
All right.
So I don't know if we
So-
went over this, but I do have a retainer. So
I think that we did, but it's
no,
okay.
I do have a retainer. His name is Eduardo.
That's definitely not on my list. I would remember that name.
And he's driving my car.
Okay.
Eduardo or Fernando?
No, it's
Sure you don't want it to be that one?
I call him
I
Eddie.
kind of like Francisco. It's just fun to say.
On the way over, like I read through the file again to see if anything was missed.
Okay. Yeah, it's all pretty much it's all pretty much the information that you were given.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says that like the only thing that it says is that you didn't really like hear verbally was that the lupines have been sort of encroaching on Grant Park for a while now, and it's being monitored for that reason.
Okay.
I ride right
Or
alongside
was
the car
spotted
so that Anya can death stare and judge Killian if she wants to.
there.
My car is like a 76, maybe a little later than that, but like an old Charger, and it like no electronics.
I'm sorry, you're being chauffeured in a Dodge Charger?
Yeah. Yeah. I enjoy being driven places.
I'm riding on the back of this
I
motorcycle, my
catch-
hair whipping as
if
you're
I
like
catch
in the back of
Anya-
Dodge Charger with your file folder.
If I no, I'm in the front seat, but like in the passenger seat. But if I catch Anya like looking over, I'm like, yeah, I know. I can feel that.
The wind whipping through our hair as you're driving on the motorcycle. I don't think we're wearing helmets, and I'm just like, I don't like him.
He has a peculiar charm. I'm sure I'll find it amusing at some point.
My
No.
my windows are up because I do not want my hair blown about.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you guys
Again.
see the map of the city now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Indeed.
Okay. So Honor's apartment is up near it's sort of in between number 1 and number 10 on the map there. It's in the upper side.
Like
Wow.
Yankee Hill area.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Also close to the lake.
Which sounds way fancier than it is, but as somebody who's been to Milwaukee a lot, really not that. Like it's just sort of mid-level housing. Okay, so yeah, you arrive at Honor's apartment. The address was in the file, and let's see here. So it's a small 1-bedroom apartment. The door is unlocked when you get there. Obviously, has been gone through. Um, there's really nothing in this apartment that shows that somebody's even living here. There are a couple of open-ended bookcases in the apartment, along with a desk, a chair, and a pad of paper. But there's no computer, there's no television. If she had a laptop or a tablet or anything like that, it disappeared with her. Um, The only thing that really indicates that she is a vampire is the blacked out bedroom. And there's nothing in the fridge, obviously. Her kitchen cupboards still show canned goods from when she was alive, but obviously they're probably out of date by now. There's no photos on the walls, no magnets on the fridge, no mementos of any kind. It's very simple, and obviously she doesn't spend a lot of time here. You can tell that it, like, just from like a cursory look around, you can tell that it was searched. Some of the chairs are moved around a little bit, and it's tidy, but you can tell that somebody has been through here.
Are we on the first floor, or is it up a couple floors?
It's on the second floor.
I'm gonna check her drawers.
Okay. There's some clothes in there, but nothing beyond
What does
that.
she dress like?
Typically jeans and t-shirt. There are some like zipped up hoodies, sweatshirts. You get the sense that she's young, or was young when she was turned. Maybe college age.
She dresses like a student.
Yes.
Yeah.
I take offense
There are
to that.
some fancier clothes in the closet, like for maybe going out to parties, but they look like they haven't been worn in a long time.
Yeah, I'm creepily going through all her garments,
Can I?
like holding them up, looking at them.
They
Can
won't
I,
fit you. Just saying.
Thanks.
Mm.
Can I look for like hidden boxes, trapdoors, like any place she would have hidden something that she wanted to keep entirely to herself? See if they missed
Or
anything like
roll
that.
me investigation intelligence.
Great.
Anya kind of leans in and is like, how much do you want to bet that none of the vampire guys checked the like unmentionables in the bathroom?
I don't even know what that means.
Terrible roll.
Exactly.
6 dice. I got 1 freaking success.
Ouch.
Harsh.
This place was gone over pretty well.
Yeah.
Again, the only thing of note that's even in this place is the desk and chair with the pad of notepaper on it. And the sort of looking at it, you can tell that it matches the piece of paper that you guys found the address written on.
Can I take
So-
a pencil and
That's what I was just going to ask. Yeah, take a rubbing and
Yeah.
see if we can bring anything else up from the pad.
Look at you, little Boy Scouts go.
Okay.
okay.
So yeah, you take sort of a rubbing of the pad, and you see the address obviously and the 4-digit code, but also sort of much more faded, like it was further away. You also see the name of a place called the Cage.
That's something. Well, I wouldn't be familiar with probably because I'm not from here, but I'll ask Ronnie here if they recognize that name.
Is it a familiar place?
Yeah, it's a bar. It's a pretty well-known bar. Just off of what everybody calls the Ave.
Okay.
And
Do I hear him
a
asking
lot
about-
of like,
Do I hear him asking about the cage?
I would assume so if you're in the same room.
It's shit. There's a
Well-
I could take you to a far better bar.
That's beside the point. It's on this notepad.
If no one's
Which
in the-
means
if
she
no one's in
went
the-
there.
If no one's in the bedroom with me, I'm gonna sniff her clothes.
I'm fully
Oh,
seeing you
gross.
do this and fully.
I'm not
In
doing
my
it. If
opinion,
there's someone in
is
the bedroom with
dropping.
me, I'm not doing it. But if I'm alone,
Would I be able to use my hunting specialty to see if there's any type of sign or track or anything to tell how many people have been through here, whether they're vamps or normies or whatever? Like, has this place been hit by multiple?
Sure. Roll me survival intelligence or survival wits.
Survival wits. Oof.
Successes.
Yeah, 2 successes out of 3.
You can tell that at least one person has been through here, but they move in a very like deliberate pattern, like to the window and to the bedroom and then out to the door. Like it's very the pathway is very deliberate, like somebody who's been here a lot.
At least it's not to the window and the walls. That would be different.
No, not that. But other than
So-
that, it doesn't seem like she ever had guests here. You see no signs of anybody that is other than her.
Okay.
I'm not going to put her clothes back.
Yeah.
I just throw them on the bed and walk out of the bedroom.
Okay.
Well,
I'm also upset about this too.
well, clearly she ain't here. Nor has she been here for a while.
I look at Anya and I ask if you went through the unmentionables you were talking about, that I don't know what they are.
I would have like searched through the like feminine girly stuff. If she had like, I'd check inside shampoo bottles and inside conditioner bottles, like places that I assume would not be looked. The body wash, the everything.
Yeah, you again. You can make a investigation intelligence as well.
Was the door
Okay.
locked when we got here? Like we
No,
didn't
it was
have
unlocked.
Oh. Is there a balcony?
There's one of those, like, I don't know if you've ever seen, like, but in bigger cities they have sort of like a fire escape balcony. Ooh, who'd we lose?
Oh, we lost Queen.
Lost Queen.
She'll be back.
You know, like one of those really narrow fire escape balconies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
there's one of those.
I'm gonna stick my head out there.
Okay.
Does she have
Now,
to see if she has a view or anything?
She's got a really nice view of the building across the way. There's a big brick building about 10 feet away.
Is there anyone over there?
Not that you can see.
Watching us?
It's all brick. No, it's all.
Oh.
There's
No windows,
windows
no
or
nothing.
anything like that. No.
If the
So
listen, if Veronica gets that close to me, I kind of cringe a bit.
if
I'll like put my head next to his ear and go, scared?
You do.
I thought you were a vampire too.
You have a bit.
Then
of
I'll shove him.
you have a bit of a reputation.
the tracks that I saw through the person that's does the routine, is the window that they go towards the fire escape window, or is that a different
Yeah,
window?
like maybe they were looking out, but
We're smoking out here. Or something.
Okay.
yeah, you're not really sure.
Is there anyone in the
but-
alley back here?
I go out on the fire escape and I go and I check the apartment above and below through the window.
Okay, so those of you who are looking out into the alleyway can make me an awareness. An awareness wits check.
I was out there.
Sorry, I dropped out there for a moment. Did my 2 success roll me anything in the body wash?
No, there like you don't find anything else in like this place was thoroughly gone over. You don't find anything else. Like it really looks like nobody lives here, but obviously does.
I got 4
Okay.
successes.
I got 1 success, but Ryan had bumped my difficulty by 1, so that's not going to work.
I got 3.
Okay. So, Ragnar and Ronnie, you guys both see it sort of at the same time. Not above you, but down in the alleyway below, there you see a pair of like red eyes looking at you from the
Like an
shadows.
Animal size?
They're very low to the ground, whatever it is.
I
But they're red.
use my.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use my whatever the heck.
I'm going to use my Eyes of the Beast.
I have what's called Soaring Leap, which if I can jump 3 times as much high, I assume jumping down is not a problem either.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna jump down right in front of it from the
Okay.
balcony.
You
Jeff, do you have to do you have to does anybody have to rouse
yeah,
check
I was
for
gonna
that?
say, do you guys have to?
No, the cost on
Nope.
the Eyes of the Beast is free.
Okay.
Free and passive.
There you go.
So
Okay,
I guess I can just do it because I'm
You're good.
awesome
So-
like that.
Ronnie, when you land in front of this thing, you notice instantly it's a rat, and it doesn't run away. In fact, it kind of sits up on its back feet, and if a rat could look at you disapprovingly, it's looking at you disapprovingly.
Are there vampires that can turn into animals? Or is that more of a like
You know that a lot of the surveillance that is done in this city is done through beasts like this.
Yeah, but its eyes are
Um,
glowing. It's not a normal rat.
can I look at it and say, Felicia, is that you?
Just sort of tilts its head like it's confused.
Guess not. Well,
I'm
someone's
gonna
watching
holler
her.
down from the balcony. Did we make a new friend?
Friend, foe, who knows? It's a rat.
Isn't that what is? Never mind. When I'll come in off the balcony, I'm like, I'm pretty sure Nosferatu are called rats, but
It's sort of so Ronnie, it sort of looks at you and tilts its head again and then just sort of disdainfully walks off.
Maybe
I
it is
love that this
Felicia.
rat has disdainfully walked off. I now like this rat.
Kindred
If it could,
spirit.
if it could like make faces at you, it would be making faces at you.
It's sauntering,
Yes.
well, for
Like,
those of us,
flipping me
If
off
it could
behind
do
its
if it
back.
could do the whole like
for those of us not playing
Watching you
in
thing.
the alley, do you want to the bank then? I guess like
Sure. Is it close by?
is the
The
bank
bank?
close by?
the bank is, let's see.
Will your moped need gas or is it good?
No, it's pretty good. It gets great mileage. Thanks for asking.
I thought it was electric.
It might be. I don't.
So when
How
you're
do
looking at
Old
the
mopeds
map,
school
work?
ones that you have to pedal to build up the charge.
And then, to build up the charge,
It
and then
sounds
it
like a
drives.
lawnmower. It's just fully lawnmower engine, like
It's the
piece of
first
crap.
moped I've
there's a
seen with a
guy who
pull
lives
start.
in my neighborhood that has one of
There's
those. It's like a
like-
bicycle with a lawnmower engine on it. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. So if you're looking at the map, it's between 1 and 2 on the map towards the water. So not too far from where you are.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we might as well go check it out. Or we could go check out the cage. I know this crappy bar I heard about.
It is. It's a commercialized piece of shit.
Well, you got to experience bad places to be able to appreciate the good ones. So
Anya,
might as
you
well check
would
it
know
out.
that a lot of college students frequent the cage, and especially the sort of like LGBT community frequents there. It's sort of more friendly that direction.
So I'm just double checking because I have Auspex as a discipline.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out if that would come in handy trying to figure out anything about this rat.
Might with the apartment if you have high enough aspects to provoke a premonition or something like that.
Ronnie's
I
not
have-
making any checks. She's just assuming it's Felicia.
Who's Felicia?
Felicia Page. Also a
Excellent.
Nosferatu.
That explains everything.
Yeah, I think I would like to, I don't know, get a vibe check on this place, even though I feel like
Okay.
in the back of my mind, I'm wondering if this is not actually primary residence. Like, I'm wondering if they have another haven.
Okay. So, and I'm sorry, you're using your which one? Your aspects, but which aspect?
I have Auspex as a discipline.
So your
Yes,
and your
but do you
abilities
have
are
the heightened senses or the sense the unseen?
Oh
Or
yeah.
which one is it that you're using?
I do not know. I guess I didn't
Hold on.
specify.
No, it should be there if you drop down on your character. Use the drop down on the character sheet under.
Yeah, if your
aspects.
thing moves around.
Oh
on
yes.
Your...
I used. I have 2. I have heightened senses and I have premonition.
Premonition. So
yeah, I'm gonna try premonition, and it's either free or I have to do a check.
So you're gonna have to roll a rouse check for this one.
Okay. All right. Yeah, she doesn't think she's gonna get anything from this. Honestly, she thinks that this is not the primary location. She thinks that this is a decoy.
Yep. So roll a rouse check, and then you're gonna have to roll your
wits and resolve for resolve and discipline is what I have down for that one.
Yep. So you should be able, in theory, if this is set up right, you should be able to just hit the roll button and it should just roll it for you.
I have a rousing success on my rouse check.
Nice.
Which means you don't get more hungry.
Yeah, your hunger doesn't go up.
Yeah. So I 3 successes.
Just to make Anya awkward, like what is she doing while she goes in? Is she going into a trance or something? That me and me and Ragnar can see.
So when she's trying to like get a vibe check on this or whatever, like she's trying to like get a premonition, she like wiggles her fingers over the things, and seeing as like the bed is covered in clothing, she's like kind of doing this, and you kind of see her like try and like roll her eyes into the back of her head a little bit. She doesn't really close them; they kind of like flutter and stuff, and she's like trying to like basically induce a premonition. Like she's trying to like, and if you're watching, she'd be like, "You really are harshing the vibe."
No,
okay.
I'm enjoying
If
this.
If I'm behind Anya, I'm going to catch Killian's eye, and I'm going to do the John Cena fingers in front of my face.
Jeez.
Okay, so as you're moving through the rooms, you get a vision of a girl, maybe 23 or so, with short blonde hair, that she walks in, walks to the window, and then walks to the bedroom. And it's very like, and her movements are very deliberate. Like, and she's not here long either. It seems like she comes here as like a habit and then leaves.
Yeah. So kind of seeing that, like as she's getting this premonition, her body kind of turns towards where this premonition would be coming from. Like she turns towards the window, she turns towards the bedroom. And she kind of...
And you notice her looking out the window in the same direction that Ronnie would have seen the rat.
Mm-hmm. So she knew someone was watching her.
Yeah.
She came here for show.
So I think she kind of comes out of it, and I think this kind of like confirmed her suspicions. So she kind of like comes out of it, and she kind of like looks to all of you, and she's like, yeah, this was not her main place. I knew it. There was not enough body lotion here. She knew she was being watched, probably, and I think that this was just a front. And also, and she's gonna turn and forgive me, Jeremy. She's gonna turn towards you and flip you 2 fingers and be like, "And you were harshing my vibe. Step back next time." She does not like you, and she honestly, she's gonna blame you for everything.
Killian just grins at you, and he loves the fact that he's managed to get under your skin,
which you most definitely has.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a fun campaign.
I'm glad you could work the voodoo in here. So cage or bank?
Bank is closer.
So we think
the bank might have been to have her
we
haven.
think she frequented the cage, correct?
Yeah.
Or she
Although,
was meeting
from
somebody.
The sounds of it, it's been a while.
I think
From the way that JW made it sounded like it had been a while.
I think the bank is the better choice. Sorry, I'm talking like a normal person. I think we should do the bank.
Maybe she went. Maybe she used to go to the cage, and she doesn't go there anymore because she went through a nasty breakup.
Maybe that's where she and Tess used to meet, but they haven't. Tessa hasn't been seen in a month. Was that right?
Yeah, not in her normal
So
hangout
maybe
places.
it's not plutonic like I thought.
Well, if you keep saying plutonic, it proves even further that you don't have a thought.
Somebody's going nuclear.
Oh.
There's going to come a time where you're going to need me.
Yeah, if I get hungry.
Maybe.
Can I check on my phone on my like conspiracy website and see if there's any people like threads of people talking about like
If she pulls her phone out,
people being kidnapped or
if she
something
pulls her
like
phone
that?
out, I move away from her.
Technophobe.
Okay. So I'm sorry, you're looking for what on your phone?
I'm gonna check some of the threads on my conspiracy website and see if there's any talk of people being abducted from and around like this park or the page, or any particular like
We could always start driving.
mad
We could always
dogs
start driving
out in the night,
You
or
could put your
something.
moped
Yeah.
in my trunk, and you can just ride along and search.
You ever tried to put a moped anywhere?
How big
Especially
is your
in a
car?
1970s vehicle.
I hope you got a big trunk, because I'm gonna park my moped in it.
As you pull out your phone, Anya comes up behind you and like stands on tiptoes to try and look over your shoulder.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation intelligence.
If I can see that she's accessing her phone, I step right out into the hallway.
Okay.
Forget your tinfoil hat.
Hey,
You're
3
like
successes. That's
his
a little better.
like kryptonite or like anti-magnet. I like you even more now.
I kind of like it too. Actually.
Yeah. This should be fun.
Okay. I
You
can
should
still
ride
hear you
with him
out.
in his car.
As you're sort of digging through all of your source material, people go missing in the park all the time. This is Milwaukee. People go missing in parks. It happens.
What does that mean?
Yeah. But is there any like specifically because it's like a conspiracy theory website and there's all sorts of weird like tabloid type shit on here and stuff?
Yeah.
Like,
And
is there
also-
talk of like wild dogs taking people or like anything that could sound like
There
remotely
is-
close to werewolves or
There is talk
other
of
vampires?
wolves in Grant Park,
okay,
which is the hearing wolves, not seeing wolves, but hearing them.
hearing
in
wolves
Grant Park. And then also there is sort of buried in all of the information, there is a vague mention of a young woman being attacked in a bathroom at the cage a month and a half ago.
Does it say who or no?
Nope.
It's just a
Just
young
sort
woman.
of like yeah. It was just sort of a mention.
Would
Almost like
would my buddy Chop know anything about affiliation with any of the bars with any of the biker clubs? Specifically the cage?
Is that a contact?
It's a gay bar. They would know that. It's frequented by college kids, but other than that,
But like there's nothing
Probably
underground that would be involved
no,
with
not
the criminal
not
element?
at the cage.
Okay. So if this is
That sort of
anything
thing
Gays aren't
you would
criminals.
not
unsanctioned.
Gays
be-
aren't criminals.
Exactly.
What are you saying?
If you're looking for more of like an underground sort of thing that's attached to biker gangs in the city, you're looking for the Black Rose.
Okay. So if anything were to have happened related to any of the people I'm involved with, it would have been unsanctioned if it was in the cage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bank.
Sounds like a good place to start. I'll race you there.
I'll put my bike in your boot, buddy. And I'll just look at you out in the hallway, put my phone in my pocket, and walk past you. Go sit in your car.
Okay.
You want to break from the
I'm
wind? Or
really
you wanna...
trying to creep him out
Will
now.
the moped fit in the trunk? I assume it will.
I'll put it in there. I'll fit it in.
Sure, we'll say that it
It's gonna
fits
be
because I
broken.
don't
You got a
know the
Bungee cord or
dimensions
something?
of a 70s Charger
Just
truck.
take the front wheel off.
The trunk probably won't
I-
close, but we can
The
tie it
trunk is
down.
probably huge.
I mean,
Put
yeah,
the back
most-
seats down. I'll
most
sit in the
cars
front with
70s were built
loser.
like
It's basically
boats.
the General Lee. It's just not those colors.
Does it have the same horn?
No. No,
Well,
it,
that's
has
a
the
disappointment.
it has the Adams family horn. No.
Anya, do you want to break from the wind or you want to ride with me again?
No, she's with you.
No. Not with.
And then
No,
I'll
no.
be like,
No, I would never assume.
hey, get in the car.
I'm sitting in the front seat and I've got my hand on your shoulder.
You can't sit in the front.
I have to sit in the front. My
You
bike's
can-
in the back, and we had to put the back seats down to fit
You
it
can
in.
sit directly behind him and
back
lean
seats
forward
don't
so your
go
head's right
down.
by the
There's
shoulder.
room. Get in the back.
I'm not. You're not a chauffeur. I'm sitting in the front.
I'm
His
not,
chauffeur's driving.
I'm not sitting in the back.
Well, then I'll drive.
The hell you will.
Ragnar, let's beat them there.
Let's do it.
I'm just sitting in the front seat now.
I'm just like standing there waiting for her to move to the back seat.
And we're off to the bank.
I leave and I'm like, whoop.
All right, well, the Wonder Twins duke it out in the parking lot, and the other two head off to the bank. It's probably a good place to take a break real quick.
You say that, but
I promise I won't open my scary phone.
yeah.
That's the mob.
Should have had a white cargo van.
We're back.
Well, I forgot to have you guys roll a rose check at the beginning of all this nonsense, so I'm gonna have you do it now, because I forgot.
I disbelieve. How do you do that?
There should be a rouse button on your character sheet.
Right at the bottom of your page.
I'm a new guy. Rouse. I'm rousing. I
Yep.
roused successfely.
Okay,
I gained a
alright,
hunger.
So
Same.
Ronnie and Anya, you guys are feeling a little bit more hungry.
Hmm.
Same with Killian.
So
I have
Ragnar,
one-
You're good.
I don't think
You're
it does
chill.
it automatically. So if you get a hunger gain, you got
Add
to
it.
tick up your hunger on
Yeah.
your character sheet.
I should be
So I
at
should
one
be at
dot
It's
two.
then,
weird
right?
because the old one used to do
The
it automatically.
only way you can go to 0 dots is you have to drain a mortal dry.
Yeah. You're always a little bit hungry. So I'm
Like,
at 2 then.
A mortal
No,
crow?
as
a
an
mortal
animal, as a farmer, I don't think you can ever get to hunger 0 unless you eat a person.
and then I have to roll
You get
a will thing or something.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it would be a problem.
What if I don't inhale?
All right, so you guys had decided that well, at least 2 of you had decided that you were headed to the mutual bank. The other 2 are having a Canadian standoff in a parking lot. So, what are the 2 of you that
I'm
are in the
from
parking
Michigan.
lot doing? Close enough.
So you're north of
Diet
you're north of
Canadians.
us.
Well, no.
At some point,
I'm north of you for sure.
at some point, I tell Eduardo to walk his ass home, and I drive.
If Eduardo was driving, why do you care if I sit in the front?
Because then where am I supposed to sit?
In the back.
Pretty princess.
You get chauffeured.
I don't think so.
You want me to sit next to you? Because I will.
I don't sit in the back
Fine, sit
for
up front.
anybody.
I'll sit directly behind you
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
and just keep my head right behind your neck and breathe on your neck the whole time.
That's fine. That's
Anya,
fine.
is okay
Right.
being the backseat princess.
There you go.
On the bike,
Great.
on the
Mhm.
Harley.
So I'm in the back
Mhm.
breathing on your neck like a terrorist.
Okay.
I guess you're in the back breathing on my
So-
neck too, because there's really no other option.
No, she's not tall enough to breathe on your neck. It's like mid back. The
Okay,
middle of
yeah.
your back is getting warm as
The
she's
whole
like.
way there, I'm like talking to Eduardo like the Nosferatu is not in the back seat. Like just like this is the problem when I don't work with not working alone. You have to deal with this kind of distraction.
He says to his chauffeur, working alone. This is like Batman complaining to Alfred about like so hard to
Right.
find good help.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh goodness. All right. So, Anya and Ragnar, you get to the bank first. And then like 10 minutes later, the other two roll up.
That's why I got hungry.
'cause you were
Me
Because
too.
we were
waiting.
taking too long.
I'm hangry.
Yeah.
So
That explains why we're so snippy with each other.
We're all just hungry.
I'm good.
Mutual Bank is one of the largest banking groups with branches all over Milwaukee. The address on the note leads to a closed down branch it's called Lake Emily, is the part of the city that this is in. I know, right? There's legit a place called Lake Emily in the area.
Sounds perfect.
It's where the earth beneath the buildings is thin and the water tends to lead to a constant damp problem in most of the structures. This branch is one of the oldest buildings in the city and is preserved under the order of the City of Milwaukee Council. It has a carved marble exterior, and it's considered to be a part of America's national architecture. And for that reason, the bank has not been torn down yet. Most buildings that are in this sort of state that this building is in would have been torn down and turned into something else. This one, however, has been preserved by the Historic Society.
Because it's
Um,
fancy.
Yeah, fancy on the outside.
Okay.
The bank resembles a Roman temple stuck in the middle of the city. The roof is fitted with drain pipes feeding into the lake below, preventing any decay from the top down, and scaffolding supports the building's western wall. And since the two of you got there kind of ahead of the other, since Anya and Ragnar got there kind of ahead of the others, can you roll me gonna be awareness. Do awareness wit for this one.
Okay. 2 successes.
Okay.
I'm not trying to backseat drive your character, but always remember you have do you have heightened senses for first level aspects? Because I don't know if that's passive and you can just engage it for the scene.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
I
one
do
of
have
yours.
heightened senses, and it is free. Yes.
And I think
Wits
it
and
gives you a
resolve.
+2 dice pool, maybe.
Modifier.
I don't know. Is that what it says?
I have 2 dots in it. Yes.
And then under your ability, heightened senses.
Yeah, but under it should say, hold on.
It says cost free, and until deactivated is the duration.
Yeah, but that's your Auspex thing that gives you that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so-
heightened senses. You can add wits resolve. The user adds their Auspex rating to all perception rolls.
Okay.
Yep.
So I would add 2 more dice.
If exposed to extreme sensations such as loud bangs, flashes, or intense light, while the power is active,
Or
you
empowering
need to make
spells.
at that point you make a wits resolve roll to dampen your senses for a moment.
Okay. All right.
So
Do you want me to re-roll and add
engage
2 modifiers, or do you want me to just?
You
You can just roll 2d10.
yeah, just do that.
2 and a 7.
So 1 more success.
Which brings you to 3. Okay. So you notice, and let's see.
I rolled stealth by accident the first time, so I just re-rolled survival wits, and I got 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been awareness wits.
Yeah, but you said I could use hunting, which is survival.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so you guys both noticed, like, as you're sort of waiting for the other two to arrive, you notice that there is actually security on grounds. There seems to be like just inside the what would be like the front doors of the building, there you can see a light on in there, and there is another guard patrolling the perimeter.
Hmm.
Neither of them seems to go any further inside the building, but they do patrol the outside.
I'm gonna use my eyes of the beast just to, in case there's anything hidden in the darkness.
Just remember, your
anybody
eyes
else out
glow
there?
red when you do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like flash on and flash off, take a
Yep.
quick look
Yep,
around.
absolutely. I just wanted to give you a heads up.
And that gives you a what? Remind me again what that does.
Ignores sight penalties imposed by darkness, including supernatural darkness, and then it gives me a +2 on intimidation to mortals if I'm trying to intimidate them.
I can't imagine why glowing red eyes would be intimidating.
No.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's a friendly red.
With
Friendly
your
red.
successes from before. With your successes from before, you again notice that there are there seems to be a lot of like rats in the area. And you think maybe you see a raccoon.
Do they have glowing red eyes like in
These
the
ones
alley?
do not, but they do seem to be paying attention to you.
I'm getting kind of hungry.
I mean, you can if you're like want to do that while you're waiting.
I'll grab a quick snack if I can grab that raccoon.
Okay. Let's have you do.
Well, it depends on where the guards are. I don't want to reveal myself if they're.
Okay, so if you're gonna try to do it quietly, then I need a stealth dexterity.
Yeah, I'm not that hungry.
Okay. All right, so you guys wait around for a little bit. You see the guard kind of go by, and then a few minutes later, Killian and Ronnie show up.
Now, do the guards seem to be
Probably
more worried
arguing the
about?
whole way.
Do the guards seem to be more worried about what's outside or what's inside? Are they like what are they guarding from? Intruders
They
coming
seem
in,
to
or
be, yeah, they seem to be there to deter people from going in.
okay, not like they're keeping something inside. Okay.
Sorry, have we arrived now?
Yes. I'm assuming that you two are arguing the entire way, but yes, you have arrived.
Well, while they're pulling up, I'll just ask Anya quickly if this feeding territory we've been promised has any zoos or animal reserves in it, just out of curiosity, because I'm from out of town.
I assume I would probably know that. Does it?
I think there is a zoo.
Yeah.
There is a zoo in Milwaukee, but it is not anywhere near the territory that you guys are going to be in.
Okay. Oh, I've got my herd anyway. It doesn't matter.
Why are you craving zebra? I don't
Well,
understand.
just it's a good source of protein for me.
Actually, Anya, you would know that the zoo, the Milwaukee Zoo, is actually in lupine contested territory.
Oh. Well, if you feel like anything exotic or foreign, best of luck with the wolves.
Fair enough. I'll stick with the chicken coop on the roof of my my house.
And she gives him a really funny look at this.
Sorry, are we there now?
It's like having Cliff Bars. Same kind of thing.
You guys roll up.
I'm gonna ignore the conversation about chickens and start looking for a way in past the guards for us.
When Veronica gets out of the car, I tell Eduardo he needs to clean the back seat. Just give it a wipe down. They hang out in the sewers and things. Just take care of that for me, please.
He tells you he'll handle it.
Thank you.
I'm not bad at stealth and I'm not bad at subterfuge. So I'm seeing these guards. I also have cloud memory. So like I'm willing to kind of like try and figure out a way to get us past these guards.
I can get us past the guards.
Let's break them in half.
It's not a problem, but it might get messy.
I'm sorry. Are you breaking the masquerade on the first time I've met you, Chicken Man?
No, not that kind of messy.
Chicken Man?
Or I could just sneak past them and find us a way in. Calm down,
Yeah,
everybody.
I could stealth too. I was not
Right.
needing to be calmed down. She's just like pissing everyone off.
I'm just feeling inadequate because I have no stealth.
Let's let Veronica see if there's an alternative way in.
There's got to be something.
You just want her to go away, be honest.
She got in here all the time, right?
Look, can we all just try to be civil to one another?
Can't we all just get along?
Just long enough. Just long enough. So that we can get a little bit of claim in this stupid city. And then I don't really care what the fuck you do. But let's just get this done.
What I'm trying to do.
You said the fuck word.
Ronnie, go.
Great.
I lean into Ragnar and I'm like, but we weren't the ones who took an extra 10 minutes to decide on seating arrangements.
Who put this guy in charge?
There's a pecking order.
Yeah. Oh, don't start with me with pecking order, sir. Chicken Man
Ronnie,
here
roll me
gets bumped ahead of you.
Stealth dexterity if you're gonna try and sneak past the guards to get in.
Or you could just obfuscate.
I have a specialty in break-ins, so I believe that gives me an extra point.
Yes.
I freaking love that you're like, my specialty
hold on a
is
sec,
break-ins.
though. Can you just obfuscate your way in?
I mean, I guess I could.
I don't want you to get caught.
Maybe they won't stop us. I could just walk up and see what happens.
It's so sweet that he cares now.
I just want the job done. You know what? I don't care. Fucking amateurs. Get caught. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I can use unseen passage. I just have to do a rouse check.
I think he doth protest too much. And she starts quoting Shakespeare. Very annoyingly.
And I have no idea who she's quoting. Because I have one intelligence and no academics. So
okay.
I'm just like, she's just some freaky little goth girl. Like, it must be a new band that's out that I don't know.
They opened for Death Cab for Cutie, didn't they?
So here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
So if I do obfuscate, then it's wits plus discipline.
I don't know.
If
I think in the mortals, they don't even get a chance to know you're there.
Yeah, I believe against mortals it just works, but you do have to make a rouse check.
Yeah.
But you'll
I
literally be invisible. Like.
Okay.
But how are you going to get the rest of us in?
Well, she's going to see if there's an alternate entrance. Like a back door or something.
Yeah. I mean, it lasts like the whole scene, right? Until I'm detected, so I might as well. All right. I'll just do that.
Go ahead and make your rouse check then.
Well.
You're getting hungry.
Getting hungry.
Getting hungry.
That doesn't mean your invisibility failed, though.
No. It just means I'm getting hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
sort of voice
There's a raccoon right over there.
Present in your head is urging you to
lots of rats.
Find a snack.
Just saying.
Has one of the guards fallen asleep inside the building?
We just got here.
No, they are both awake.
Dang it.
But you watch for a minute as the one who is patrolling kind of makes his way around the far side of the building, and you sneak through one of the like outside windows to see if that's a viable way in. And it takes you a few minutes, but you're able to kind of locate a route that wouldn't be too close to the front entrance to be noticed by that guard, and probably enough out of the way that the one that's on patrol wouldn't see. You make your way
Okay.
to the group.
I'll make the sound of an owl.
I was waiting for
So-
the owl sound.
Did it not do it?
No.
No, it didn't come through.
No.
It just looked
I
like
made
you blew
it
us a
sound.
kiss. You were just like,
Yeah. I will make
Dang
the
it.
sound of the owl that is silent in the night.
That is completely silent.
I got the
I
scene
do
from Three
also
Amigos
have
in my
that
head
ability.
now.
look at me, look at me.
I accidentally use silence of death and don't make a sound. Uh,
Make the sound of a dying giraffe.
if I'm invisible, is there a way to wave at them to let them know that they
No,
can
you
come
have to
in?
come back.
Like,
You can
they
wave all
can't
you
see
want.
me.
I
You
think
can't
You
see
have
you.
to
and
go
whisper
back and
to
get
us.
them.
Like you can talk to us, but we won't be able to see you.
Well, that's why I was gonna make
Unless
the
someone
owl
with
sound.
Auspex
Oh
can
my
try to see
God.
you.
Please creep up behind him and whisper in his ear.
Oh, okay. do, 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 do. All clear.
Jesus, Mother and Joseph. God. Oh, okay. Where do we go in?
Follow me, idiots.
We can't see you.
I can't fucking see you.
Oh, just go in that window that I opened. For criminy sake.
Can we see the window that she opened?
Yes, you can see the window.
Let's make our way in that.
Wait
direction.
about 5 minutes, because I don't want you to get me caught. I'm gonna go like dashing across the
Killian's a
yard.
good Irish Catholic boy. He knows Jesus. He doesn't have to know Shakespeare, but he has to know Jesus and a whole lot of guilt. Okay.
Ragnar,
Yes.
can I have a boost?
Absolutely. You want to piggyback?
Yeet her through the window.
Did you
Like
say
a
yeet her
caber
through the
toss.
window?
Like a caber toss. Just whoop.
She's like 5'1".
So easier than a caber toss.
Yeah.
As I cross the
Alley-oop.
as I cross the street towards the window.
Mhm.
So like I'm gonna start pulling shadows from around me off of things, like off the lampposts and off the fire hydrants
Aren't we fancy?
and all that. I'm gonna engage cloak of shadows, and one by one they slide up and just kind of darken me. So I get a stealth
Okay.
bonus.
Do you have to do a rouse check for that one?
Nope. Thank goodness. Nope.
Are we rolling
no,
stealth?
No rouse
But I
check.
would-
No rouse check. It's passive, and I get a 2 dice bonus on stealth rolls as well as intimidation against mortals.
Okay.
So one by one, like shadows leave whatever they're being cast off of and dance across the ground onto me.
Okay. So 3 vampires and a shadow enter the room.
Yeah.
Do you shut
I'm
the
invisible.
window behind you when you go in?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
The alarm sounds.
Are we rolling? I'm
Do we
assuming
need
we're
to
doing
make a
this
stealth check?
stealthily. Do we need to? Yeah.
Yes, once you're inside the building, you're gonna need to roll stealth dexterity.
I guess I'll just stay outside then. No, I'm kidding.
But how will I get out without my boost?
You jump, I'll catch you.
Yeah, because I won't be looking you.
I'm still invisible.
Oh, I got a success. Look at that. What's the difficulty?
sorry.
2, I think.
Stealth dexterity, is that what we're rolling?
Yes.
Dexterity. And then I get a +2.
Okay.
2 successes.
You know, it once you're in the building, like everyone kind of knows rotting floorboards make noise, and for the most part, if this is something I learned, if you walk towards the outside wall, it makes less noise than if you walk in the middle of the floor. However, Ragnar didn't get that memo. And
No.
And he's the biggest.
like he takes a step
Anya,
and there's
Anya would have gotten a bonus on this roll. She got a bonus from chat, so she would have needed 1 less success than normal.
Yay.
Okay. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, so everybody but Ragnar passed. And Ragnar like steps down, and there's a loud creaking sound, and you kind of stop and you listen, and you think maybe towards the front of the building where the night guard was waiting, you kind of hear him move around a little bit, but you don't hear him coming any closer at this point. But the building, once you're inside the building, you can see that like the inside of the building is in even worse shape than the outside of the building was. There is a lot of like rotten floorboards and just water damage to the structure, things like that. At one point, Ragnar like sticks his foot through the floor and ends up like getting stuck for a moment, and then has to like come back or like pull himself back out.
I'm gonna be very quietly. Maybe you should just stay here. Like stay here. Don't move around.
I miss all the fun.
There's nothing here. What are you talking about? Fun.
Well, how do I know that if I don't check?
The guards are gonna hear you. You're
Vampire with FOMO.
You're walking around like an elephant.
I'm a dancing bear. Thank you very much.
Keep your voice down, dancing bear. Are you a bear called Jeremy?
No. You seem a little shady. What's going on with you?
I like that. I see what you did there.
Okay, so you do know that you have the code. You're not sure what it goes to, but you have that, and it doesn't seem like the guards. So you watch them for a while, and it doesn't seem like they come into the building. And you can see now that you're inside the building that, like, with all these rotten floorboards and stuff like that, it's probably a health hazard for them to come in here. But because you guys are vampires, it doesn't really matter. So you think more towards the inside of the building, you'd probably be okay.
So stealthing in as we were, and these two having their little whisper chat, Anya kind of like turns to them and is like, and then she's gonna like shake out her hands, and she's like, and she's gonna go into like her premonition stance that she was before.
Okay.
I'd like to see if I can pull up the same sort like premonition of like her coming in here at all. Just to get a vibe of the direction she went or something like that.
If this premonition causes her eyes to roll, so do mine.
As you're doing that, from behind her head, you just see middle fingers. Just
impossible. Impossible.
Okay, so you, instead of seeing like a vision this time, you get sort of a very strong like pull towards a door that is marked sub basement.
Okay. She'll kind of turn to you guys, and she'll kind of be like, if you two are done, I think we should go down.
Hold on 1 second. I kick on my eyes of the beast, and I go look through the hole I put in the floor with my foot to see what I can see in the darkness below.
Ooh.
Okay. So,
Nice.
Also, we just met. I don't think we need to start talking about going down yet. Like, let's just proceed into the sub basement, right?
Again, who
you're
put
a
this guy in charge?
And a prude. Oh my gosh. No wonder I don't like you.
He's Catholic.
Catholic guilt.
okay.
Sorry.
Let me get you.
So
My apologies to
as
all
you
my Catholic
look
friends.
down through this,
There's too much laughing
look
for a
down
vampire
through this
game. Get
hole.
serious. Okay.
as you look down, you can see what looks to be a long hallway that is mostly submerged in water.
Interesting.
Anyone have any issues with flowing water here?
Not this character.
Oh, it's not flowing. It looks disgustingly stagnant.
Oh no, I straight up asked this. I'm trying to assess my companions.
No,
No.
I'm good here.
No, I'm good with water.
It's just soap you got a problem with.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
What are you talking? What?
Let's go find the basement.
Yeah. So yeah,
If we can go through the door and down the stairs, let's do that before this banter gets out
Yeah.
of control.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So when you open the door, that it's got one of those like brass plates on it, that they have in banks, and it says sub basement on it. And when you open it up, just beyond that door looks like there is a security door, and you see that there is a little glowing number pad there.
Perfect. 2843.
Okay. So you put the code in, and the door does open.
Whoa. Do you not think it's strange that, like, the other Mr. What was his name?
Decker?
The Prince.
No.
BJ.
JW Blue.
JW?
JW, sorry.
BJ? His name was BJ? JW?
JW.
Don't you think it's strange that JW is like, yeah, we checked the bank, but we couldn't find what the buttons were used for. And then we get here and we find this door and it's right there and it works.
I'm sorry. Was he able to get a premonition? No. Did you ask him?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he did have a
Door.
problem with water.
She totally was like,
it was
"And you're
literally
welcome."
behind just a door.
"You're welcome."
I mean, I could have done the eye roll and the finger dance and then pointed at a door and gotten
Yeah, but you fucking
But
didn't.
you didn't.
Oh,
I want to fist bump Veronica.
you're muted, my dear gangrel, but I hope you're on my side.
I was just asking if there was a different door we should try first.
It's already open now.
Ragnar, they just punched a code in and it worked. Why would we try a different door?
Well, why are you complaining? Let's just go.
Because
No, please lead the way.
No,
Do tell
no.
us how we were doing it
you,
incorrectly.
Grand Vizier.
Someone
Thank you.
was worried.
I say thank you when I go down the stairs.
Someone was worried at one point about the sun coming up, and now we need to tiptoe around open doors.
Mhm.
Okay. I go down behind Ragnar.
Okay. So when you once the door is open and you start heading down, you can see that the staircase is rotting and half collapsed, and it enters the water. You basically, once you get down to the bottom of the stairs, you're to about here in water, and it's over your head, Anya.
Yeah.
How-
So
how
Anya is
do
going to
you
be the
fire
last one
ceilings?
down, and she's gonna shut the like outer door that said sub basement, but then
Mhm.
she's obviously leaves the like locking key lock door open. Is
Yeah.
there a way to open it from the inside?
Yeah, there's like
An override.
yeah, I forget what those
Okay.
things are called, but it's like a handle that
Yeah.
you turn that overrides the.
I'm taking my
The locking
bomber
mechanism.
jacket off and like my expensive turtleneck and my Doc Martens and my socks.
Leaving them at the top of the stairs.
I consider my jeans and then I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then I'll go into the water.
I take off my t-shirt and I put my cut back on. I don't
Okay.
leave my cut anywhere.
What's your cut?
His motorcycle
the
jacket.
vest, the club vest.
What?
It's not patched.
The water will ruin that leather, my friend.
I got to be dead for it to not be on.
He's part Mandalorian. It's fine.
This is the way.
Okay, I'm gonna drop down into the water.
Okay, so yeah, you submerge yourself into this. It's very dark, fetid water. It's pretty gross. You follow along the hallway that is sort of stretched out ahead of you, and
Oh, we don't have.
There's
Is
nothing-
there lights down here?
no,
Yeah,
there
that's
are
a
no
problem.
lights.
Not for me.
Well, could you get up front and lead us? Because I can't see shit up here.
That's, yeah, I thought I was in the front, but okay.
I'm
Follow me.
contemplating like climbing on the ceiling walls to not get wet.
Okay. I need everybody to make a wits awareness, or sorry, awareness wits roll as you're in the water.
This isn't going to go well.
Well, hold on. Is Anya on the roof?
I wasn't. Yeah, like I think like if she doesn't have to get wet, she won't, especially since like she'll be fully submerged.
Yeah. You don't have to breathe though. Remember.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to
Some
wear
of
my
us.
jacket and clothes. Like,
Yeah.
What does the beast mean?
Uh-oh.
Your success.
So is this a perception? Do I get my bonus to this for my?
Yeah, because it's gonna be awareness wits again for this.
Okay.
sorry,
Okay, I
awareness
get 5 successes.
plus
And
wits.
wits. Now, if there's any penalty because of darkness, it doesn't apply to me with the eyes of the
Okay,
beast.
remind me
on.
what a messy critical means again.
Okay. So, well, let's start with the bestial.
Yeah,
crit
that's what I was wondering about that.
first. So, because these are always I always get them mixed up. So we'll just walk through them one at a time. So, the bestial. Is it a bestial failure that she got?
I got 3 successes. But it says the
Yeah, which
beast.
succeeds.
But you do have a 1
Because it's
on your hunger
difficulty
dice.
2, so.
Yeah. So maybe that's why?
Yeah, if the hunger dice comes up with a 1, yeah, then it's a
Oh,
bestial.
you got a 10.
I
on
got a
your-
1
on
and
your
a
hunger
10.
dice.
Yeah, but you just need
Yeah.
the 1. So, the beast manifests itself. So
Oh, so you have
the
to take,
character
like,
must act out a compulsion as the blood
Yeah.
starts to subtly dictate their actions.
Okay.
So, so to that end, a Nosferatu's compulsion. I'm just bringing that up here for you.
Yeah. I forget about compulsions.
Cryptophilia.
You become consumed with hunger for secrets, to know that which few or no one knows, almost as strong as that for blood. You also refuse to share secrets with others, except in strict trade for greater ones.
All actions spent not working towards learning a secret, no matter how big or small, receive a 2 dice penalty.
Okay.
And it ends when you learn a secret big enough to be considered useful.
Well, I'd like to see why the heck she was coming down here, so maybe I'll go ahead of everybody, like push ahead in the water and
Okay, and then I rolled
start
a
looking around.
messy crit. So for messy criticals, I can gain a stain. I cause a masquerade breach somehow, or I can just fail the test.
Okay. And
Huh?
do you decide that or do I decide that? I always forget with that one.
You decide what you feel is most.
It might not be possible to like break the masquerade.
Yeah, sometimes
in
it's
a-
not.
in a
But like
scene.
for
Yeah.
instance, if Jeff was using his Eyes of the Beast, someone probably notices his eyes glowing red, like that sort of thing. But right now, I don't think that's really. I can just gain a stain,
Okay. Yeah. I would say that's probably
or
makes
you
the
can just
most
have me
sense
fail
here.
the test. Like it just means that regardless of my successes, it's a failure, and I don't see whatever your awareness check is for. What would you like
And
me to
Okay.
do?
what's a stain?
I will say.
So a stain,
I will
you would
say
go
that
down.
you're gonna.
You would go down to your humanity and put a slash through it. And when your humanity
Yeah.
fills up with stains, then you have to make a humanity check to see if you lose a point of humanity.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say that you are going to gain a stain.
Yep.
Because you are very like you're very into your appearance and how you present yourself, and coming out of here you're gonna have to go clean up before you can go anywhere else.
Okay. I'm cool with that. I like that. Okay. So I'm just like having
Okay.
my skin crawl as I move through this water, but I still get the 3 successes then. So if that makes any difference.
Yes. So you're those of you who got 2 successes, you're able to determine that there is one hallway and there are no branches or anything like that. And Ronnie, because you're out front, you sort of feel your way along the wall until you come to a door that when you try the handle, it's locked.
I'll
And you
break
think
in.
that it's gonna Yep. So you're gonna need to roll me a larceny intelligence.
Great. I have
Do you have any way to see in the dark though?
no, but I have safe cracking. Does that matter?
Well, you're breaking
So
in.
that doesn't require you to see.
No, I know that, but it would
Larceny, what
just
was it?
means she's feeling
Intelligence?
around in the black, the dark.
Larceny intelligence.
I love this idea that you're like, I need a secret. I need to get into the safe.
Jeez. The ones on the hunger dice are killing me.
Mm-hmm.
So with this bestial failure, you would suffer compulsion again. You're already under compulsion, so you either sustain 1 point of willpower damage, or increase your hunger by 1.
Ooh, I'll take the willpower damage. How do I do that? Do I click
Should be able
out?
to just
You
it
have
should
to
just
go.
be a
You have
slash,
to go
right?
up to your willpower and you click on it as a until it goes to an X because it is an aggravated,
Oh, it is.
Oh, okay.
and it's probably out of
It's one of the empty ones. I
frustration
do that
of
too,
you not
right?
being able to find what you're looking for.
Okay.
So it's wearing you
And
down
I
mentally.
do this in one of the empty ones.
Yeah, one of the
So-
empty ones.
So like you're trying and I'm assuming you have like lock picks that you're working with, but because it's dark, you can't see what you're doing. The water is messing up the feel of everything. It's difficult. And you try and like you drop your picks, you pick them up, you try again, you drop your picks, and you're just frustrated.
What is it? Is
It's
it
just a door.
No, I can't see it. So I'm like, what is it?
Oh.
Is it like a regular door?
Ragnar, you think you could probably kick this door in?
That's what I'm thinking. I just don't want to kick Ronnie. Like, I can't
I'm
see
just-
her.
Do it. Open the door.
I'm just imagining you 3 having this conversation like
I'm assuming I'm lifted my head up just out of the
Yeah,
water.
you
and
tilt
I'm
your
like,
head up.
Yeah.
I pick up Ronnie and move her over to the side, and then I'll boot the door.
So since you haven't played Vampire before, Jeff, you do have an opportunity here if you'd like to call on the strength of your blood, at which point you make a rouse check and you can add 2 dice to this dice check.
And rouse is at the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll do that. Use the strength of my blood. I have a rousing success.
So just so everybody knows, our blood potency is only 1 right now because we're just little vampires. But as we get bigger and our blood potency gains, then your dice pool, you would add even more to it than 2 dice. But 2 dice for now.
Okay.
So make your whatever check.
Would that be a brawl strength, or what would I use for that?
Yeah, I think. Hold on a second. Yeah, it would be either athletic strength or brawl. I would say probably more brawl
Okay.
strength at this point because you're trying
Brawl
to kick the door
strength.
in.
And then modifier is 2.
That's correct.
Or is it? Okay. Yeah, this door it's pretty rotted, and like instead of coming away where the lock meets the door frame, it comes away where the hinges meet the wall and just sort of like swings inward.
Perfect.
Do I feel like
I'm
that was
going
loud enough
first.
that we have to worry?
No, the water dampened it pretty well, and you
Okay.
are pretty far underground.
Okay.
I'm going in first.
And you're also kind of given your like orientation of the building, you're pretty far into the middle of the building now at this point.
Next time we need to bring a flashlight.
I feel like I would have something on me, like a cell phone or something. And since, well, no, I need both my hands and my feet when I'm climbing on the wall. Never mind. I turned it on and put it in my mouth.
Yeah, did anybody say they were taking their cell phones out of their pockets?
No.
I got lots of rice back at the pad.
Okay,
It's fine.
That's good.
Okay, so as you enter this room, there is sort of a like central chamber, and it does go up a little bit, and you can see that it kind of comes out of the water most of the way now. Like it's just angled differently in here. It used to be a storage cellar of some kind. You can see that there are so you see several clear plastic Ziploc bags in here that look like they're probably keeping objects safe from the water. But there's also a couple of shelves that look like they have things on them. And then, like, as you, like, are you stepping into the room once you get the door open?
Yeah.
You said you pushed in right away. Okay,
Yeah.
so I need you to make an awareness wits check, please.
Did I do that as well? Because I'm going in after her.
Yes. Anybody
Wow.
who enters the room.
So you can increase the difficulty for people that can't see in the dark, remember?
If I could roll at all, that'd be great.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Look at you guys just killing it. Are you going in too, Anya? Okay, so...
Yeah, Anya's climbing, like, on the wall roof.
So Ronnie and Ragnar both failed. Anya. Okay, so Anya, because you're on the ceiling, you're at a different angle than everybody else.
Mhm.
And you got...
Well,
I'm grabbing plastic bags.
Anya has a bestial failure.
Yes.
So I have my clan compulsion is perfectionism.
Yeah. Imagine that.
So so until the I score a critical win on a skill roll or the scene ends, I labor under a 2 dice penalty to all my dice pools. Reduce it by 1 if I am doing a repeated action, and remove it entirely on a second repeat. So I'm stuck doing something until I get it just right.
Okay.
Jeez.
So you're clinging to the ceiling when you come in here, and you see this, but you're so focused on what you're doing that like you don't have time to react. As Ronnie, because you were the first one in the door, something like pops up out of the water and knocks you flat on the floor. And Ragnar, you sort of see what looks to be another person grappling with Ronnie.
Like under the water or on dry land?
Yeah, they came up out of the water.
And they can see Ronnie.
So I'm under the water, though, is what I mean?
No, you got knocked onto like the dry part.
Oh, okay.
In the center of the room.
Oh, that's a good point, though. I am still invisible. Technically.
The 2 humans, not necessarily against vampires.
Yeah, supernatural they have to have auspex in order to see you. We totally forgot about that. They can knock me down.
I mean,
they can knock
never
me down.
Might be able to see the motion in the water.
They can knock me down if you want.
They see because Ragnar came in second, so they see Ragnar, and Ragnar, you see like something surge up out of the water and try to run past you.
I'll try and grapple it.
Try grab them. You can do.
I have a grappling specialty, so it's under brawl.
Yep. So go ahead and roll.
So I would just do brawl strength, and no modifier. That just means
How long does your power last that you used?
The beast, eyes of the beast.
Mm-hmm.
That as long as desired.
Okay. So yeah, I would say then just no modifier then.
Okay. So I got 4 successes.
Okay. So yeah, this person you see like they surge up out of the water and they look surprised to see you and try to run past you towards the exit. and you kind of grab a hold of him and throw him back. And you all, at this point, then you all see a
Well, if he's grappling him, does he throw him back or does he still have him?
Ooh, that's terrifying.
So you see this person sort of like stumble back and look at all of you, and like their eyes are darting between all of you. And
I probably wouldn't have let him go. I would have just grabbed onto them and held them.
okay.
If that's all right.
I'm like grabbing plastic bags.
I'm heading for the shelves.
Maybe there's secrets in those bags.
Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Okay,
Mhm.
so if you're doing that while this is all going on, I need an investigation intelligence.
Great.
You've got a hold of this person, and you recognize that this is a woman, and she like is beating her fist against your chest, trying to get away from you. And she looks very surprised and confused, and she's like, "I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Honor said I could hide here."
I'm gonna say, Ragnar, hold her, and then I'm gonna start to line up where his eyes are and where I think this thing is, and then I'm gonna punch it.
Okay.
Do I see the punch coming?
You would see it coming, yes.
Then I'm gonna turn and shield with my back.
Okay.
Are you sure?
I-
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You make that's a brawl strength versus
EVP.
I don't even or I guess it would be melee strength, wouldn't it? Versus
Yeah. I'm gonna call in my blood too.
Oh, jeez.
what?
Would I still have my how long does the
Versus-
calling the blood last? Just for one action?
Just for one action.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
You want me to roll brawl strength though, right?
I want you to roll
dodge-
melee.
Dodging is like athletics. That melee would be if I had
Yeah,
a weapon though,
so-
right? I don't have a weapon.
Is it? Okay.
I'm not dodging though, I'm
Then
soaking.
yeah, then brawl strength versus Sorry, I'm
Is it brawl
pretty sure
constitution?
about this.
Brawl stam?
I would
If
say
he
what
if he were
brawl-
dodging, he'd roll athletics dex.
But I'm not dodging.
Oh, well,
But you're swinging
stepping
the
in front of
person
it.
out of the
Then
way
let's
and
do-
taking the hit yourself, right?
so then
Oh,
athletics
that's true.
Athletics dex?
stamina. If you're just
Athletics
taking the
athletics stamina. Okay.
if you're just taking the hit. Sorry guys, I'm new to this.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
messy critical.
Okay, so hold on a second here. So I have 4 successes and he has 6. So yeah, it just I hit him, but I don't think I do any damage because I think I'm reduced by the number of successes. Well, that's if he gets
Yeah.
out of it. If he just takes the hit, I don't know. So he clearly gets the person out of the way of my punch, though. So
Mhm.
so do you want me?
Yeah,
so-
you
so
feel
do I
like
do
you made
damage to him?
contact with Ragnar.
it-
Yeah.
oh.
I'm not sure how that works though. Like
Well, if he's just taking the hit, he just takes the hit.
yeah. And so what kind of damage does that do to him then?
Well, I rolled 4 successes, so that would
Mhm.
be 4. But I have potence, so
Oh,
that
jeez.
means this is lethal. Well, yeah, it's not it's not halved for mortals,
Activated, right? Oh, okay.
but I do get to add half my potence to my damage rating, which is so that would be it would do 5 damage, and then because it's not
So it's
aggravated.
reduced by his successes.
No, because he's not soaking. He can't. Like he does, if he doesn't have fortitude, he doesn't have a way to soak it, right?
I do have fortitude, but it's mental.
Okay, but when we
I've got
okay,
the
so the mechanic would be
unswayable mind.
when you and I fight, I roll brawl dex or brawl. Sorry, I roll brawl strength, And then if you're going to fight back at me, you would roll brawl strength against me, and whoever wins does the damage, whether it's my turn or not, right? You
Right,
would do
okay.
damage to me. But if you're just going to take the hit, then your check was not to soak.
It was to get the person out of the way.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
my 4 successes hits you, so that does 4 damage, plus 1 for my potency, that does 5. But because you're a vampire, you half melee damage, so it would only be 2. Oh, 3, sorry, because you round up, I think.
3.
3.
So
And are
my
they
question
They're
is,
slashes?
They're slashes, they're not X's, because
Okay.
it's not an aggravated hit against him.
Okay.
so it's 3
That's where I
slashes.
was getting
3
confused.
slashes. Sorry.
So my question is, when you heard this person say that Honor said they could stay here, why would you punch them immediately?
Because is that what you asked me?
Yeah,
Well, you
this is a lead.
You had them held. Like, that's what we do, right?
If you
Did I
punch
find
them,
anything in the bags, by the way?
you ask questions first.
Yeah, well,
is this your first investigation?
If this little worm has a few, bruises, it's gonna talk. It's gonna talk easier.
That's
So
not how we do things.
Oh, jeez.
Logic. The
You
logic
find
is difficult.
so let's see, you
I can't believe
find
you didn't let me hit him.
Her.
Whatever.
you find a couple of IDs. You find a copy of the Grapes of Wrath, some rolls of cash, an unused bus ticket to Chicago dated 2 weeks ago, and a lantern that is one of those like little like where you wind it up and it like it's like
Wait.
a Coleman lantern that you like wind up and it
Yeah,
Please,
doesn't require batteries.
please
or
turn
Is
anything.
it
that on.
waterproof?
please turn
Is
that
it
on.
waterproof?
I will turn on the lantern.
Okay. So now you
Yes.
can all see this person that that Ragnar is holding. And she's still kind of fighting to get away from you.
Hold her still this time. I'll really line her up.
Just relax.
Do
there,
I
bud.
recognize her as Night School Tessa?
No, this is not this is somebody you've never seen before.
Okay.
I guess
I'm gonna
I'll-
go straight for the Grapes of Wrath.
Okay.
And I want to roll academics on it. I want to know everything about this book. Is there notations? When was it published? Is it a first edition or is this a student copy? Is there anything dog-eared in there? There must be something in this text for it to have been there. And I am
Sure.
going to
Only
find out.
academics intelligence.
I'm gonna be like, "What's your name, squatter?"
My name's Ren. Who are you? Who are all of you?
I take a -2 to this,
I
correct?
just want to back
Yep.
at her and yell, "We're asking the questions." Can I please do that?
Well, I'm in the process of turning my eyes back to normal, so I don't notice the backhand, I guess.
No, I will.
God. You failed again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, where's Honor?
She's not here. She hasn't been here for weeks.
Oh boy. Why are you here? I'm like holding
She
up
said
these
it was-
bags of stuff. Is the ID
it-
like them?
So as you look at the IDs, they are honors IDs, but they have different names on them.
What the crap is this? Does that count as a secret? Please, God, tell me that counts as a secret. Can I calm down
Do you have
yet?
to know what the secret is for yet? Like, do you have to know what the secret is
No,
for?
it might.
You just have to find a secret.
I mean, I guess the person's also a secret, but
knowing a alternate identity or a secret.
Yeah, so I would say that would count then.
okay. Are they like? But Honor would have been old enough to get into a bar or something. Are they like fake IDs, like age, or are they like? Is there
Alter
anything?
egos.
Fake IDs. They're fake IDs with
They're
names.
just different names.
So they're,
Different
they look
identities?
like different driver's license from different states.
Remember, if you're
Oh,
presumed
come.
dead, you can't use your own license.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should know this, Matt
This is-
Girl.
Pretty much something you'd find in a haven.
Don't,
Mm.
no,
I
don't
would think.
look at me like that. Don't you have different identities?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. I don't know that. Never mind.
Honor asked me to bring him here, but she never came to get him.
Did
I've
you
been
make
waiting.
these?
No, I just picked him up
From who?
from Mark.
Who's Mark? Where is he?
The-
When did you do this?
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong list. Matt.
It was like her
I
dad.
picked these up from Matt.
Matt from Milwaukee? Yeah, I know him.
No, he
Give me
works
more.
at SVT.
What is with this book? What is with this book? Tell me.
Okay, so
Tell me now.
you're looking through this book. The book is well read. But it just looks like it was a library book that was never returned.
So, what was my success? What did I need to find out about that book? 'Cause the first time I got a 1 success, so I'm assuming that's a failure.
Yeah, but you got a bestial failure though. So
Yes. So I was probably going to get hungrier.
Okay.
So I was going to increase my hunger. But I was the second time I rolled with only because I'm repeating it as I'm studying this thing over and over and over again. Like
You
flipping
notice
through it.
Marquette University. The stamp on the inside is from Marquette University.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this yours? Did I succeed
No.
at that point? Did I...
What is your compulsion again?
I have to do it
Checklist.
over and over again until I get a like critical success.
Jeez.
I would say no because you got a failure on that. You got a bestial failure on that.
No, I rolled a second time as well.
Oh, okay.
So 3 success.
Then yeah, like you go through the book thoroughly. Like
Okay.
the only thing that stands out about it, other than it's well used, is that it's from the university.
Okay.
Is this yours or is this hers? Why was this in here? Tell me now.
It's not mine. It's Honors.
Can everyone just pull their shit together for a second? Thank you. Do you know where she could be?
No, she was supposed to meet me here. And like at this point, so you've turned the light on. And at this point, you can all see like she's got her hands up like this. And I guess Ragnar, because you're holding her, you don't see this, but everybody else sees she has a brand on each of her palms.
Does it look familiar?
Yeah, you all know that this is a brand for someone who got in trouble with the judges in the city.
Perfect.
Oh, does she have a blood whatever?
She might not
No,
be blood hunted, but still. So why are you hiding here, my dear?
It's safe here. No, nobody would come look down
Safe
here.
from who?
Everyone.
So we're nobodies?
What did you do? Maybe what didn't you do?
Just Matt, you don't need to know.
Okay, please let me work it out.
We're asking the questions here.
Did we get her name or no?
Is that code for I can hit her?
She hasn't
Okay.
introduced herself yet.
I want to like snap the book shut and be like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this all makes sense now. I'm gonna like roll a ploy and pretend like I know who she is and what she's doing here, and be like, oh my god, we thought she was an intruder. This is her. This is. I want to go out on a limb and bluff and see like this is Tessa. This is who Honor. Remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
I'm
don't-
smart-
Tessa?
I don't think I'm smart enough to play this game that you're playing.
She just looks at you and she's like, my name's not Tessa.
Well, then you're not her, so
Oh,
why
so you're
should
not the one
we
that we were sent
look
to
out for
protect
you?
then. So I guess you
Yeah.
don't belong here and we should kill you.
Who's Mark?
I think she said Matt.
Matt, yeah, sorry.
Matt,
I meant
Mike.
Matt.
That guy from the
Mike.
place.
What are the
Matt,
what are
Mike,
the
Mike,
bookshelves? What are the shelves down here made out of?
Deal.
Oh, steel case shelves. Nice. That's where my dad worked.
Any chairs?
I was
down-
trying to
Is there any
trying
old-
to use
is
my
there any old
subterfuge
chairs
to
down
try
here?
and like.
No, there's no furniture. Like there are some old so there's some old like containers down here that maybe like they were made out of wood, but they're pretty rotted.
Okay. While they're talking, I'm gonna go start looking through the wooden containers. I need to find like a board or something that's got some strength still in it.
Are you
Okay.
gonna stake her?
Make a investigation intelligence while you're doing that then.
Oh, this is not gonna go well. Just so everybody knows.
So these brands on her hands are from crossing a judge. Does that happen to
It's
mortals
from
or
crossing
only?
somebody in the city.
Okay.
Somebody who's in power in the city.
Now
So it
would that
doesn't
does it
have to be someone with our organization necessarily.
If she
No,
Right?
was
just
if she
somebody
was
who's
not
in charge in the
Camarilla,
city.
she'd be dead. She would be dead. Our prince is not really a forgiving type.
Unless
Princes and judges aren't
Honor.
the same.
The judges work for the prince, and this is our meal ticket, everybody. Like we're bringing this chick in.
Yeah. The only problem is
She
why
looks
would the prince's
terrified when you say that you're gonna bring her
daughter?
in.
Why
Well-
would the prince's daughter be hiding her?
Well, because maybe honor has gone off the rails here.
Well,
Hmm.
Honor's not
It
looking
keeps-
out for her either because she's not even here.
No, because something's happened to her, probably.
maybe Honor got messed up in whatever got her branded?
Yeah,
We should really find out a name if this isn't Tessa.
yeah. What is your name?
Who are you?
My name's Ren.
Oh, she did tell us that.
And what caused this?
He doesn't want to say.
I messed up a job.
Is it something that Honor could have gotten mixed up in if she was trying to help you with it?
No, it was before I knew Honor.
Why?
you-
I can totally make her talk.
Oh,
if
these
you-
are old brands?
just unleash me. On
Yes,
her.
they look old. Like they're all
Hmm.
healed and everything.
Oh.
So why did she need your help with IDs? Do you know what she was planning on doing?
Trying to leave the city
Why?
and didn't want Mark to know.
Oh, she's spilling her beans
My.
now.
So you're obviously
Like,
not
she looks-
innocent.
She looks terrified. Like when you said that you were gonna bring her in, like that scared her.
Yeah, we are gonna bring her in.
Well, unless
Why?
you give us information that's worth more than bringing you in, why aren't we going to bring you in?
Mm.
Give us something,
A fair question.
and then we'll bring her in anyway.
Thank you.
I don't know the full details of what happened, but Honor and Mark had an argument, and Honor wanted to get away, and you know how the prince is. He's controlling, and he's worse with his children. Honor gets the worst of it because she's his favorite.
Yeah, well, seeing as how there's like a manhunt now for her, I'm not sure that's going to go well in her favor.
Do you know where she was supposed to go before she was going to meet you here? Did she have something she needed to wrap up or anything?
She didn't say. She just asked me to meet her here. Said it would be safe, and I'd be out of the
How
sun.
long ago? How long ago?
She was supposed to meet me here 2 weeks ago.
I'm gonna look for a
That's the
piece of
bus
metal that I
ticket.
can pull off the shelves.
She spends a lot of time.
That
at the
would be
cage.
approximately club length.
Okay. What did you get on your investigation?
I failed it. I couldn't find any wood, so now metal. There's lots of metal in the room.
Yeah, these shelves are. I mean, they're made out of steel. They're pretty solid.
I have potence
like they're the only
too.
solid thing in the room.
I have potence
Okay.
too. I will pull them apart.
You could probably pull one of the metal shelves apart if you wanted to.
I just want something that I can hit her
My
with.
gosh.
Yeah, like you could probably like pull down like a strip of the side metal, and
As long as I
use
feel
that
like
if you
it's
wanted
heavy
to.
and yeah,
it's industrial grade steel. You should be fine.
that's right.
She's already answering questions. Why do you need this?
She's got to come back with us.
Why?
I'm not putting her conscious in my trunk.
It's just I
My
don't
bike's
know
in
where
your
she
trunk. There's no room
I
for
don't
her
know
in
where
there.
You
she
can ride the bike back.
came from. I don't know where she came from, but I know she was gonna go to Jones Island. She said she had to meet someone.
Nobody goes to Jones Island. This girl has a death wish.
She wants to get out. People do
This
desperate
is
things when they want to get out.
ridiculous. This is not our circus, not our monkeys. It doesn't matter. We were sent by the prince to do a job. Do you feel like getting branded?
No.
I point to the club.
She said she was going to go meet some friends there. They had information for her.
What friends?
I don't know. She didn't
Names.
say. She just said friends.
She's been very helpful. I think it's time to move on.
So the guy that did the IDs is named Mike or Mark or Matt or Marius or something. Works at, you said STI?
SVT.
Close
We
enough.
are really bad with letter acronyms. What did BJ tell us?
Those of you who are local to Milwaukee know that SVT is another, it's a shipping company that's sort of like a rival shipping company to Deckers.
Would we know if it's owned by werewolves, rival clans, anything like that? Or is it just...
You only know that it's professionally a rival. You don't know much more than that.
Does anybody have BJ's number? Give him a call. Let him know.
JW?
Come down and...
JW.
Yeah.
Dude, I will hand deliver this.
Everything is slightly an innuendo. The only acronyms you remember are slightly innuendo.
STI and BJ.
STI and BJ.
No, I don't have to shove her in your trunk. Maybe BJ can come get her and take her to STI himself.
If you don't want to watch, you can leave her with me. I am going to beat her senseless and put her in the trunk.
That's not happening.
Look,
I
all I know
say that
is
out
that-
loud in front of her. I want her to
Yeah, and she
know that I'm about to cause great amounts of pain on her.
She looks terrified, and she's like, "Look, I don't know anything else. I just know that she said she was in trouble. She wanted to leave. She said it had something to do with Mark.
There you go.
Why didn't you leave after she never showed up?
She said that she was going to come back. I didn't know how long it was going to take. It's hard to get away from Mark."
We're sure that this is a vampire, right?
Yes. Actually, you're
Okay.
pretty sure that this is a thin blood.
Okay.
Even more reason.
Is that thin blood? Is that what we were in that one shot?
No, they bring about the end of the world, in my opinion.
No, the
Strictly my
thin
opinion,
bloods
though.
are they can walk in the daylight sometimes.
Some of them can.
Oh.
So
But
yeah,
they're
some
not-
of them can walk
They
in
They're
daylight.
barely vampires.
They do crazy alchemy
Yeah.
shit with their blood. And
Yeah.
So does she need to be alive to get the reward for turning her in?
Well, we're not going to kill her,
This
but
isn't-
I need to knock her into torpor. So if you could hold her, that would be great.
She's useless. We've gotten the information we need. Take the stuff. Let's go.
I hold her out for a swing from
Okay.
you.
No,
I
I'm standing
brain
in front
her.
of her,
I brain
and
her
I
with
will
the-
fight you.
You're going to step in front of her?
Yes, I will actively attack you if you attack this girl for no reason.
I'm not getting into it.
It's not for no reason. We just need to knock her out. We put her in a torpor, and then we take her back.
Why?
Because
Why?
she's marked and she's hiding, and our prince does not like people who break rules. And she is not supposed to be in Milwaukee if she has those marks on her.
Is
That's
that what
not
that
true.
means?
It's not
No.
that she's not supposed to be in town. It means that she can't be seen by the judges. She has no rights here anymore.
That's right. But she's
She
hiding
can still
here.
be here.
She can
just
still be
can't-
here.
She just
She's-
can't. do,
she's a
like,
social
not involved
pariah.
Just
in
because
any of
you
it.
have a
Yeah.
lust for violence doesn't mean all of us do.
She looks panicked, and she's looking from between you and Ragnar. She looks absolutely terrified.
Yeah, and I'm pulling shadows from all around the room with my cloak
Mhm.
shadow ability. I'm just
I'll use one of my many masks of 1,000 faces to make myself look more terrifying.
I'm staying
My
out of it.
Jack-
The skin starts dripping off my face.
She shrinks.
My
away
eyes
from
turn
both of
white
you, back against
completely.
Ragnar.
You want a test of wills? We can go there. You saw how it happened with your car.
I tuck her under my arm and I start walking back towards the stairs.
You're taking her with you?
That's not necessary.
I'm just like, just let her rot down here.
You guys are all accepted and part of this town. I'm new here. I need a way in.
Yeah, don't.
And this is how you.
decide-
How about finding the guy's damn daughter?
Exactly, Ragnar. If you bring her back and tell the prince that she was, in on it with his daughter, like it's only gonna do good things for you, my man. It's only gonna do good things for you in this town.
We have to at least report it to JW or BJ or Mark or whatever his name is.
Then report it, but
Just go through every name we've heard so far and a couple we made up.
then report it. But there's no reason to take her with us. Number one, she'll just slow us down, and number two, how are you going to stealth out of here, Bigfoot, while you're carrying somebody? You think that's going to go well? Leave
She's
her
actively trying
here.
to get away from you.
If she
at
was
this point,
unconscious, we wouldn't have to worry about that. We could just throw her out the window.
That's not true either. Carrying a body, that's not obvious.
I'm stronger than I look.
Leave her here.
Do we
Leave
have
her here.
JW's number?
Let her worry about herself. If you feel the need to tell somebody, by all means, that's on your conscience. But just leave her here.
Do we
I'm
have
pretty
JW's
sure-
number?
I'm pretty sure it is see something, say something, not see something, bring a body.
That's what I'm asking. Do we have JW's
Yeah.
number? We can say something and
Yeah.
see what he tells us to do. If he tells us to bring her in, we bring her in, obviously. If he says leave her, we leave her.
Hmm.
Instead of leaving her and reporting it and getting told, well, why the hell didn't you bring her in?
I'm not bringing her in for anything.
We make a wonderful team. And I'm just like loading up stuff into the like waterproof bags and like tying it to my belt as I continue to like spider crawl and let the waterproof bags like float.
She's living pruny in a flooded basement of an abandoned building, and you really think you need to aggravate the wounds, knock her out, and bring her in? Look at her life. Her stuff is in plastic bags. Let's just get out of here.
No, her stuff's not in plastic bags.
I don't
Honor
give a-
stuff is
I don't give a
our
shit
stuff
what
now.
her life conditions are like. Do not care.
If the people that hired us for the job deem her to be valuable, then she's valuable.
On top of that,
it's not up to us.
She's a fucking thin
She's
blood.
already given us everything she's got. She's already given us every bit of information she's got.
Yeah, at this point, she's just like actively trying to get away from you, Ragnar. But you're stronger than her. That it's really not a competition. Like her strength is like nothing.
I'm gone. I've taken the bags, I'm gone.
She spider climbed back out the ceiling.
Yep. With my like plastic bags, I've like kind of like tied them to each other and then kind of to like my belt so that they're like floating above the water as I'm like spider climbing.
Is it really necessary?
Well, that's
These
not up
marks
to
are
us.
so old. She's clearly been here for years. Why does it matter? She
I'm
doesn't
not
need
holding
be
on to her
taken
because
in.
of the marks. I'm holding on to her because of the connection to honor.
That's right.
And she's already given
I've-
us all
I
the
haven't
information
seen
she
Honor in
has.
weeks.
Now you're just delaying us. We could have been gone 5 minutes ago.
We could have made a phone call 5 minutes ago.
Well, then why didn't
I
you
could
do
have had
it?
her in my fucking trunk 5 minutes ago.
That's not true either. Again, how are you going to sneak out with a body?
Can I'm still hearing all of this. I am getting like really upset about this and the fact that they're still arguing. And I just want us all to get along, all right? Can the dads stop fighting with each other? I want to see
Not
if I
taking
can
a
like
stain for
get a
these
premonition.
jokers.
Yeah. I want to see if I can get a premonition to see which way things would go. Like, do we need her or do we not?
Okay. So because you used it once already this scene, you have to do a rouse check to use it again, right?
I think so.
Is that how that works, Jer?
No, it might be a once per scene thing. So
On my premonition, it doesn't say once per scene in here.
okay.
I'll double check. But yeah, to the whole like he would want her, they don't want her, she's important, she's not. It's kind of it's like driving her nuts.
Oh, it's just when I see fit. So yeah, you can roll if you roll a rouse check, then yeah, I would say you could use it again.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure that'll be fine because I've only got 3 hunger. Rousing success. Wonderful.
Oh,
Okay.
Um,
And I'm sorry, what is it that you're trying to get a premonition on?
I just want to see, like, do I see anything where she's important in the future?
So she would have to make a resolve aspects check to see if she can trigger
Yep.
this.
Yeah.
And the number of successes rolled determines the level of insight that she gets.
And I don't get any modifiers for this. 2.
No, two is good. That's what you need for most successes. So
Okay, so you get a premonition of Ren like just scuttling from haven to haven, keeping out of sight, keeping to herself, but nothing that suggests that she is involved in anything.
So
She's just
I'm
trying to
hanging
survive.
upside down from the ceiling / wall of this like hallway. I come back, I stick my head out, and like my eyes are rolled into the back of my head as I'm like with my floaty plastic bags. And so I stick my head out with these like eyes rolled in the back of my head and be like, she's absolutely useless. There's nothing important about her. Just leave her, goddammit. And spider climb out.
so disturbing.
Right.
Why
This is coming from the
funny?
face
Ronnie-
melting.
Yeah. Oh.
Ronnie, you feel sort of like a kinship to this person as well as somebody who like is constantly moving between havens. Like
Yeah.
you get the sense that Ren does not stay anywhere. Like for her to be here for 2 weeks is like
A big deal.
very out of her norm. Yes.
Number
Like, this
one
was
conviction:
important for her.
defend the disadvantaged. Gee. All right.
So
You don't need
leaving
her.
her. Are you going? What are we doing here?
She's going to be moving on to the next thing. No one needs her.
Well, the wiggly fingered eye roller hasn't been wrong so far, so
Thank you, Chicken Man.
I'll trust her gut. We'll have to find somebody else for you to punch there, big guy.
yeah.
You can knock me out later. Maybe I'll actually be able to sleep.
I'm just imagining later on you coming back with like a steak in hand.
Just
Who,
beating
me?
the snot out of
Just
her.
alone.
Yeah.
I'm
No, he'll have Eduardo with him.
I will.
Make Eduardo do it.
I'll leave.
Okay.
I'll put Ren down and dust her off, and
Yeah.
Give
She
her a
like
little
moves
pat.
like to the far wall to get away from you.
Okay.
I'll be the last one out.
fair enough. I'll try and put the door back on the hinges on the way out.
Yeah, you get it there and it just kind of like bobs in the water a little bit.
You might want to brace that up after we go, Ren.
Okay.
Just leave.
I'm at the top of the stairs with the bags, and I'm just like pulling them out, and I'm just dripping it across Killian's belongings. Just so.
What the fuck?
Oops. It slipped.
Yeah.
That offer still stands. If you can knock me out, by all means.
Okay, so
can
you
try.
all sneak back out the way that you came in then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sneakily
Okay.
sneak.
Squish, squish, squish,
You-
squish.
You do the
Womp
best
womp.
to make sure that Ragnar gets back out, as quietly as possible. You wait for the guard to go by and wait for him to kind of be around the far side of the building before you go. And then you get back out to the parking lot. And
I take her
you have-
bike out of
like-
my trunk.
That's fine. I was going
and
to
you
ask for it anyway.
you realize that like you have a couple of other things that you can do now, but with it being as late as it is, you probably will have to wait till the following night.
I have to go find somewhere to sleep.
Oh.
Go shack up with what's her name?
I got a room.
Maybe Ren's looking for companionship.
I definitely need to either feed tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm.
You heal when you feed?
No, you reduce.
Because somebody punched me.
You you have to spend. You have to make rouse checks to heal.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll see if you I can bring it up here. Hold on a sec. Healing damage. So
Probably need to eat too.
vampires can heal 1 superficial damage level per turn by making a rouse check. And if it's a aggravated check, they have to make 3 rouse checks to heal it.
Well, I got slashes, so that's non-aggravated, right? That's
That's right.
superficial.
That's right.
So I just need to make 3 rouse checks.
Yes. But make them
And what's
one
your
at a
hunger at
time
right
because
now?
if your hunger peaks out,
Me?
there'll be trouble.
Oh, there's a hunger
Okay,
gain.
so a
So
little
you
bit
do
more
heal.
hunger.
You do heal 1, but you gain a hunger.
Okay,
Mm.
let me go.
What is your hunger at now?
My hunger is now at 2.
So go again if you want.
Oh, hunger gain.
It heals, but you can gain hunger.
You're getting hungry.
Yeah,
You're all
I'm
pretty
starved.
hungry, actually. I think.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm going back home after this, I have my herd. I can just feed when I get home, right?
Yeah, but something happens if you hit hunger 4, doesn't it?
It just increases your chance of frenzy, like if he saw an open wound or anything like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How
what
much
the heck?
time do we have till the sun comes up?
You probably got like 3 hours before you're gonna have to be somewhere
Okay.
that you need to sleep.
Okay, I'm at hunger 4,
Okay.
but I'm
You
fully
you
healed.
heal, but you're hungry. Like
I'm
you need to
starving.
go
Yeah, I gotta go
deal with that.
find some chickens
I'm gonna go break
or
into
pigeons
somebody's
or whatever
house
it
and
was.
feed before I find a place to sleep.
Okay.
Um.
And you gonna feed too?
Yeah. Do we know what day of the week it is? Is it weekend-ish?
We'll say it's a Tuesday.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I'm a scene queen, so I think I'm gonna have to like call up kind of a group. No, Tuesday. Yeah. I'm gonna say that there's like this
There are roles.
weird
There are roles for feeding depending on what type of like if you don't have a herd.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't have a herd.
Yeah. So what kind
But
of?
I think
But you're scene queen, right?
I am. So I think my scene is like the weirdly like into the occult and the random things and stuff like that. So I think maybe there's like a group that like I don't know gets up in the wee hours of the morning, like the witching hour people or something.
I'll have to look it up, but there is somewhere a table like for each different type of feed, each different type of predator.
Yeah, so Scene Queen has to make a manipulation persuasion.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Ronnie, if you need a place to crash, you can couch surf.
Maybe.
No modifiers, correct?
I might take you up.
No modifiers.
I got chickens.
Especially if I gotta eat first. Well, I might
Oh my
need to
God.
find someone else in your building.
One
Hey.
success.
Place across the street's off limits. Other than that, do your thing.
Other than that, do your thing.
Fair.
The less I know about it, the better. Just creeps me out.
Okay, so I'm just reading how your feeding thing works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you make a check on that, and then depending on the difficulty is set either by the type of hunting ground they're in. But basically, 3 is a decent. 3 and 4 are decent level difficulties for.
Yeah, I got a 1.
Yeah, so you probably weren't successful tonight.
No.
Yeah.
Makes me
Like
pretty
you're
angry.
in the industrial district right now.
Yeah.
Or like on the edge of the industrial district and the historic district. So like there's not really a lot of like happening places in this area. So
Oh. I assumed I was getting dropped off somewhere. Right now.
okay.
Even if it
I-
was even if it was a good neighborhood though, the better the neighborhood,
Yeah.
the harder it is to find.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I would want to be dropped off somewhere near my haven so that even if I didn't get to eat, I'd at least have somewhere
Yeah.
to crash.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. And then Emily, do you have to do something for your feed too? You're a Sandman, right?
Well, I have to sneak
Yeah,
into
so you have to do
someone's house.
So you have to do stealth dexterity.
Okay.
According to this.
If I have a specialty in break-ins, do I get to add something?
Does that apply for
Yeah,
feed
it
checks?
could apply in this case. Yeah, I think so. For
Okay,
her,
so then yeah, you would add your bonus to it then.
so plus you just get a +1 dice, +1
+1.
modifier when it asks you for it.
Two successes, but 1 on a hunger die. Can't get away from those.
Okay.
So the
So-
bestial failure means she triggers a compulsion, but since it's the end of the, like, since she's just prowling like that, like two is successful in a slummy neighborhood,
Mhm.
Okay.
but then a bestial failure means that she increases hunger by 1 or sustains 1 or more dots of aggravated damage, which could be to willpower or to health during the hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that you probably take a willpower damage.
That's the X, right?
Yeah.
Aggravated.
Yeah.
But then do I get to decrease my hunger?
Yes, you do.
And for me, because I have a herd, I've got 2 points in herd. I just go home and eat.
Correct.
And how many points of hunger do I remove?
I think you decide that when you have a herd, right? Like you decide whether or not you're gonna like completely drain one of your
Yeah,
animals.
that's right.
So I just take my hunger back down to 1.
Yeah. Well, it's up to Artemis if you go back to 1, but yeah.
Or 2. I was at 4, so
Yeah, I
whatever
mean,
you
if
think
you're
is-
like, you're gonna need a few chickens if you're gonna go all the way down to 1.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
how much
think-
do you decrease when you...
Multiple
Is it just
small
1 point?
animals, like 3 to 4 cats, gives you 1 hunger back.
Yeah, so you would need like
A medium-sized animal, like a raccoon, a dog, or a coyote, gives you 1. A large animal gives you 2, like a horse.
Is a human a large animal?
Humans are different. Then you have to choose whether you're sipping or... But, like, when you're hunting, like, Artemis can just declare, like, what you
Oh, okay.
get back.
yeah. So if you're
I was at 3.
well, you
doesn't-
actually do have to roll for yours. You have to roll animal ken plus composure.
He doesn't, though, because he has a herd.
Oh, okay.
Buying the herd, you know.
That okay, so that
Protects
covers that. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not feeling having chickens in the middle of a city, though. I got to come up with something better. Like maybe I've got a raccoon coop or something, or
A raccoon coop?
I'm running a dog shelter.
So-
I don't know.
Pigeons?
There are a lot of like lore is that there is a lot of like critters in Milwaukee, like pigeons and raccoons and like things like that, skunks, that sort of thing. So you could go and find one of those in your neighborhood.
I've got a trash panda sanctuary in my backyard.
I would say that you could just find a trash panda somewhere.
But you do have a herd of chickens to pull on like that.
So
Okay, so I'll just I'll use the herd. If they start getting low, I can go find a raccoon or something.
I'm not going to feed tonight.
Okay.
But when I have Eduardo drive me by my haven, I want to use my my influence. I have 3 points of influence in organized crime.
Okay.
And I let my organized crime influence push out that I am willing to pay for one woman by the name of Wren, who has been seen in and amongst the old bank. I'll even put out the code for the locked door.
Dang.
And that I'll pay well to
Okay.
have her brought to
Okay.
I did tell her to leave.
to my office.
Did we even lock the door when we left?
I'm not saying it's successful or anything, but I have 3 points in influence, so I can just put the word out through the crime world
Yeah.
that if any of the street gangs or that know of a woman by the name of Wren, and this is the area of town she hangs out in, there's money in it for them if they bring her to my offices behind my establishment.
Okay. All right, cool. We'll resolve that next time then.
Creepy.
Creepy.
I think that's probably a good place to end for the night then.
Sounds good.
Mm,
We'll come back on the next
good.
night.
See ya.
absolutely. Bye.